Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, Borough. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City. New York, if the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy, rim rocking, shot blocking, bull. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back.
A minute remaining. Brunson at three. Bang! Jalen Brunson does it again.
Que lo que, mi gente, what's good? It's your boy Ruel. You know what it is, friend of the Most High, rolling with my guys out here. You know what it is. We got the usual suspects at it again. We got the squad back at it today. They're not, we had to get them all here, but we got new Knicks, who right now is no longer sick. Talk to me, sir. What's good with you, sir?
Recoup, recharge, and ready to criticize.
Oh, my God. My God.
GOF family. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my brother, the QB of this thing. Shout out to Machete, swing, swing. Shout out to Two Shots, bang, bang. Shout out to Mike, the specialist, who has pulled in Houdini on us, but we still miss you out here, bro. Shout out to the Knicks.
Yeah, salute back. And Machetazo, what's up? Say what you got to say, my guy here. What's good, my homie?
Yo, que lo que, my gente, la 110. What's going on, New York City? What's up, guys? What's going on?
Get it. 1 second here. Two shots. Que lo que, brother from another mother, same father, Most High. My guy, what's good?
What's up to the panel? What's up to the chat? Replay gang, you know what it is. Let's talk some Knicks, man. I've been itching. Although it's a bad situation, but it is what it is.
All right, salute to you guys. Appreciate you guys here. I'm trying to see if I can get it dialed in here. For some reason, it was going slow and buffering. I think it should be getting a little bit better now, but we'll see. Let me know if you still see it buffering. I'll restart, but I think we Gucci. I think we all right. Got the squad back here in it again. We got the New York Knickerbocker squad. We appreciate you. Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to David Smith, to everybody in the chat, replay gang, live gang. All of you guys, appreciate you. And then we got some questions going on here. So the squad is back at it. Hopefully you had a good time with your
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. All that good stuff. Hopefully you spending with your family. You guys had a good time. All that good stuff. I think the stream is going good now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if it's still choppy for you guys, but I think we back at it. I think we Gucci now. All right. So we got this game. We had a couple of games. Started our new year and the ending of last year. Maybe not as good. We was doing pretty good. We were 23-9, and then we went on a 3-game slide. We were in second place, which I'll tell you the standings in a second here. So still in the standings. So we're still in second. Right now we're 23-12. Ugh. Doesn't sound that bad, but even with that, we're only 3 games behind the win column, behind the Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons are 26-9. We still got a phenomenal record. We're 657 winning percentage. Even with the 3-game loss, we're 18-10 in our conference. We're 15-4 at home. We're 7-8 away. So we're still just under a 500 ball club away. So we had these 3 games that we just played here that we took L's. We had the New Year's Eve game against the San Antonio Spurs. I know Two Shots had some thoughts on that and some of the refereeing on that, which we'll go through. We'll go little by little, piece by piece, and then we'll see, is this something or is this nothing? That's going to be the question for you guys. That's what we're going to roll with today. See, is this something, 3 games in a row loss, or is this nothing? First game, San Antonio Spurs. That game was 134 to 132. New York Knicks had a 45-point first quarter. Started doing good. San Antonio had 36. Long story short, goes back and forth. I think Two Shots, when we were watching the game, you had some comments on there. The San Antonio Spurs had 40 calls from the referee. They went to the line 40 times to our 20. Some of it may have had to do with us fouling at the end to try to get the game closer, see if we can, get it within close to, the free throw game. What were some of your thoughts in that game against Wemby? We did pretty good, kind of containing Castle a little bit in that game. So, San Antonio was all right. We held Harrison Barnes to 6 point. 7 points. The New Yorker, there's always that one guy that does it to you. Julian, a.k.a. Julian Champagne for the New Year's Eve, a.k.a. Champagne. 36 points, 11 3-pointers. He was the story of that game. It took a phenomenal NBA historical game. What were some of your thoughts on that game against the San Antonio Spurs? Two Shots.
Yeah, man. I believe we lost the game in the third quarter, if I remember correctly. Like mid to late third quarter. And I think we just ran out of gas, or I don't know what it was, but we were leading by like 20 at one point, So it is what it is. It's a make or miss league. And as you already stated, the officiating for me was horrendous. I mean, Cat gets mauled every single time he touches the ball and he's in the paint. He doesn't get the call. I get it with his whole flopping antics and whatnot. People don't want to, whatever. He embellishes a lot, but regardless, he's still getting hit, and we need to start protecting him because it's just not fair. Like 40 free throws to our 20. 40. That's ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say about that one.
And just to make a point with you, Nick, before you go ahead, Nick.
I definitely agree with Two Shots. The refereeing was horrible in that game. I mean, yeah, 40 to 20, and like a lot of this shit is just like plain easy to see. And I mean, you could tell when Wemby did he fucking blocked Jalen Brunson, and they didn't even give him the fucking what's the name of that call? Like he was goaltending.
Okay.
Like just little subtle bullshits, and I guess Las Vegas still hasn't learned their lesson yet.
They still got to get paid. It's still early. They still got to get paid. Now, one thing I will point out, which could be good, Machete, your thoughts on the Spurs game?
I mean, it was a close game, and yeah, like I said, you got to watch out when we're going to Texas, bro. They're always trying to pull something out. It's in their favor. It was the last game of the year. We beat them up. The last game before that, well, Rudy got minutes, but it was a very tight game from beginning to end. They just got the edge because the refs sucked them out. But we're not going to use that as an excuse. We're also missing Josh Hart. There were a couple of other guys missing in there. I'm trying to take a good look at the box score.
Mikal Bridges.
But it is what it is. We're going to play out like that.
That's what I was going to ask you guys, too. So as we go through these 3 games, does it matter that Josh Hart missing and Mikal Bridges? I thought it was a valiant effort overall. I think we did have our ups and downs a little bit, but the fact that Josh Hart missed the last 3 games with an ankle sprain, you didn't have our best rebounder against Wembanyama to give us those second looks that he normally does with Mitchell Robinson. Those are 2 key players, not only defensively, but also rebound to give us those second attempts. Even with that, I thought it was a valiant effort. There was some ref calls nonetheless, but we tried not to leave it to the ref calls, which was definitely crazy. So I do agree with you guys. The ref calls were suspect at best. But even with that, we still could have put off a win. We still had it. I mean, we was up. I forgot how many points we were up with them, and we just let them get
It
into
was
it.
like 20. It was like 20.
We just took our foot off the gas, and they're a team that beat OKC 3 times in a row. So you can't sleep on this team. You got to put them away. So with that being said, that was all right. Mohamed Diawara played 6 minutes that game. OG played 34. OG only had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I thought he was minus 25. That wasn't a game for him to have a rough game. Yeah, Mikal Bridges with only 13 points. They are guarding Stephen Castle and some other players, but whoever was on Barnes should have had a big night. But tough game overall. That's
Yeah,
more.
can I
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
looking at the box score right now? So I mean, free throws. We were 18. We hit 18 of 20 free throws, right? They had 32 free throws of 40. They
40,
went.
40 or
They
20.
hit 32 of 40. That's some crazy numbers right there. That's the reps right there. How you gonna give them almost double and then assist? Because we beat them in the assist. We had them 32 to 25 in the assist. Rebounds, they out rebounded us by 8. Fast break points, we won 30 to 19. Yeah, that's kind of fishy to me, bro.
Yeah,
3 pointers, 22 of 52. They hit 14 of 38. Come on, bro. That stinks, bro. It stinks.
I mean,
Listen, I'm agree with Mike with what he said in the chat. I mean, not having Josh Hart on the court is like driving a fucking car with a slipping transmission, bro. Like his efforts on 50-50 balls, like nobody gives more effort than I've seen a lot of occasions where like the basketball bounced right in front of OG and he was almost like lost, like not really going after the 50-50 ball. And it's like those little efforts is what Josh Hart puts into the game. And when you have a player like that, like everybody else has to fall in line. But I seen besides the refs playing, I mean, I think we gave up that game.
I agree. Hey, David Smith, I'll get to your questions in a second. I'm gonna blend it in here as we're going to. Appreciate you in the chat. Thank you for your commenting. Uh,
Up to the
even with
chat.
even
Renew your
with that,
chat.
even with that, the fact that we was up, what was it, 2 shots, 20, close to 20 points plus.
It was like 20. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 20. I could look it up though.
Yeah, we was up
Yeah.
20 points. We're dominating a team that beat OKC 3 times with our reserves, without our 2 best defensive players and without our 2 best rebounders, and then lose by 2. Really should have been about 5 points. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. The defense was crazy. So we didn't have Josh Hart. We didn't have Mitchell Robinson. You had Tyler Kolek giving you only 3 points, 6 assists, which I mean that's crazy to say because we expect more from him. What are you gonna say? 2 shots.
Yeah, the largest lead for us was 19 at one point.
So we had a
Yeah.
20 point
Yeah,
lead. Go ahead, Machete.
but at the end, I mean, the first quarter we beat them by 11. We were up 11 in the first quarter. Second quarter, we beat them by 1. Third quarter, they beat us by 1. But the fourth quarter, they beat us by 11, bro. So we could have been up by 19, but at the end of the day, they beat us by 11 at the end of the fourth quarter, bro. So it's kind of like it could have been we were just exhausted from the travel and the back calls. It's kind of like Phil said, man, we kind of like gave up a little bit, gave up on ourselves.
I
It's kind
mean,
of
in that third quarter is
swimming
where
up
they
a
really
river with a
started
boat, no
putting Brady
paddle.
ass.
And when you guys were talking, I think what was our three? I think our 3 point percentage was terrible there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah,
Nah, we
3 point.
did.
We did good.
We hit 22 of 52, so we missed 30 3 pointers. They hit 14 of 38, so they missed 14. So they missed 14 and we missed 30. So so we hit 42%. They hit 36%. So yeah, we did better with the 3 pointers.
Okay.
42.3% versus their 36.8%.
I mean, I was to be
I
honest.
mean,
Go ahead, 2 shots.
for me, I mean, even Mike Brown said it himself with the 40 free throws. That's where the game is for me. I don't care what quarter we lost, we won, whatever the case. You can't get in a flow. You can't get in a rhythm if every 2 minutes you're hearing a whistle. Like how am I supposed to get the sweat going, the blood pumping. How am I supposed to get into the game when every other call is a foul? And not only is it a foul, but it's a foul against me. So it's like you taking away my ability to be aggressive, my ability to do anything. Like that's just whatever. That's where
That's
we
why
lost that game to me.
the hate is like that. I hate playing the Mavericks. I hate playing San Antonio. I hate playing in Texas because they just hate us, bro. They don't like Northerners coming
Yeah.
down there and smacking them around like that. So this is
I
what
mean,
it is,
to
bro.
double up on your free throws, double. We shot 20, they shot 40. Bro, out of 100 points, that's 40%. Like,
Who
what are
you
we
blaming?
doing,
Who you
bro?
blaming on
What
that?
are we
Who you
doing?
blame? Who do you blame on that? Who you blaming on that?
It has to be the refs. Listen,
Exactly.
I know we complain about the refs a lot, and that's kind of our MO. But there comes a point where you have to realize that you can call a foul every single play of the game. Every single play, whether it be on ball or off ball, you can call a foul because they're all bumping into each other. They're all doing something. But to blatantly call double the amount of fouls on a team,
Well,
there's
I
something
mean,
wrong with that. We got to look
I
into
mean,
that.
you as a player, if it listen, if somebody's gonna call me a thief and continue to call me a thief, guess what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm gonna steal some shit. So if they're gonna call a motherfucking foul, somebody's getting a half a rib cage broken today. It like today. Like if you gonna call fouls, fuck it. Start chopping arms off and let them decapitate something. Like what the fuck? Just see how they fucking hyperextended this nigga's knee. They should have did that in the first quarter.
Hey, salute to Andios in the building. I like it to look. It's a
Salute to the
combination of.
chat. Salute to the chat. Let's get to the chat.
So I'm gonna get to some of the questions of the chat. I don't want to set two shots off early, but listen, everybody has.
And I already read some shit that's wild. Like I don't, man. Like,
I'll just read it, but you guys can say, and you don't remember. We don't agree. Everybody has their own perspective, and we argue all the time here. We all have our own, our own perspective here. We got Deuce McShots, who's ready to go crazy over here. Two shots. Deuce McShots is ready. So
hold
David Smith says, "Salute, Happy New Year." People should start questioning whether Brunson is a true team player. First, Brunson had trouble developing chemistry with Randall. Now Brunson has trouble developing chemistry with Cat. By the way, David Smith is a huge Cat supporter, so we support the Cat. He said Brunson and Coach
we
Brunson
like
thinks.
that. We love that.
Yeah, he said Coach Brunson thinks hero ball works against good
Wait,
teams.
wait. One more thing before we get off to San Antonio, bro.
Go for it.
Okay, so then we could have had that game. This is the game where Cat was complaining to the ref just as Cornette snuck up behind him because he wasn't paying attention because he was complaining to the ref, and Cornette dunked that too. That's what killed us right there because we had that game
And Wemby
still.
when it was running back slow.
And no Wimby. There was no Wimby. It was the game that Cornette beat us. That was the game Cornette beat us
No,
because
this was the one
effing Cat
that
wants
Wemby
to turn
dunked.
around and complain to the ref.
Go ahead.
No, I think it was the last play. If I'm not mistaken, that Cornette play
Yeah,
was
the
at
last
the
play.
end, towards the end.
Yeah, you're right. Towards the end, you're right.
Yeah, it was the last play. So, I mean, would have, should have, could have. But if he wasn't complaining and turning around and paying attention to his man, and Cornette went in and dunked on him, bro. Dunked on him. He fell on the floor and celebrated because somebody was not paying attention.
Yep.
That's all I have to say right now.
I mean, that game. Listen,
I think we all know who that somebody is.
we know who that is, and that's what, if you look at the thumbnail where I'm showing Cat holding 3 L's, that was some of the beginning of him starting the complaining and the crying to that extent. And I love my guy. We ride for him here. We support him. We just think the better that he could. Just like I go hard on Brunson. I definitely gotta say for Cat too. But he's good. Even with the complaining, Cat had 27 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? So he still has 2 3-pointers, 1 steal. He definitely has an opportunity for
Bro,
growth when he
to
gets
me,
dialed in.
I'm sorry. To me, yeah. But that shit don't mean nothing when you still turn around and complain to the refs, and this guy sneaks up and dunks on your ass. So he dunked on your ass, bro,
He did it
because
twice.
you're complaining.
Cornette did it to him, and Wemby did it to him for not running back.
And then it was Cornette. Cornette, we drafted. I'm sorry. One more thing about Cornette. Cornette, we drafted Cornette the same year we got Porzingis. I always felt. I've always liked Cornette
I
for
was
some
saying.
reason. I guess I don't know. He's a he did his college. He did his 4 years. He's one of those guys that did the his full term in college. I believe. I can't remember who we got him from, Duke or somebody.
I think it was
But
Wake
we got. I
Forest.
know. I remember we got him the same year that we got Porzingis, and I wasn't too high on him. I was more Cornette guy than I was a Pringles.
It's but
But look, you know why? Because how many? Okay, they both got rings because they went to Boston and got their rings. But Cornette is just more durable. Was always more durable than Pringles. But I mean, that's just my opinion. Well, shouts out to Cornette and whatever it is, what it is. Stop complaining to the damn refs, bro.
I agree. Like I wasn't mad at that game. That game, to be honest, I really wasn't mad. We had no Mitch, no Josh. We lose by 5. I was upset that we lost the lead. But I thought that was a learning lesson that we could learn anyway with the young kids to make sure you play 48 full minutes. So it was a learning lesson there overall. But the fact that we was dominating, let them get back in the game. I wasn't too upset at that game. I didn't like the crying or complaining by Cat, but it was still a close game. I don't like the defense because that we're giving way too many points up, way too many for that game. But I wasn't mad at that one. The Hawks game, Let's go. The Hawks game is 2 days later, so that was the New Year's. Maybe they weren't into it
I
either.
got,
It
I
wasn't.
gotta,
Go ahead.
I gotta run real quick. I'll be back on.
All right. San Antonio Spurs, that game too was also New Year's Eve, so I'm not going to be too mad. Maybe they had their minds elsewhere, ready to party with family. And then on top of that too, that's New Year's Eve, and you got the refs blowing 60 whistles on a New Year's Eve game when everybody's trying to go chill and celebrate. That was kind of crazy. Everybody trying to go home and do the countdown. They're going to do the countdown in the arena. Then we have the Trey Young game. We have over Atlanta. We lose to Atlanta, which was a tough game to deal with because, fuzzy hair wasn't even
Without
there.
Trey,
Fuzzy hair was
without
not there. I mean, you have no
Dirty
Trey.
Lollipop.
Lollipop Larry's with fuzzy lollipop hair. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there. We lose 111 to 99. Atlanta versus the New York Knickerbockers. That was a tough game to lose. We had 30 in the first. Still good. That's good. So our first quarters are really good. That's something that we were dominant before. And then we have 17 in the second half, in the second quarter. 17, and that just killed us. We couldn't hit anything in that game. Losing to that, McKelper just had a decent game as usual. 18 points, 5-5. OG had 19. They both played better that game than they did in in San Antonio. Hook Porty played. Hook Porty got 28 minutes. That was again second game where you don't have Mitchell Robinson.
Maybe
Hey,
have
mute your mic, Machete. Machete, mute yourself, please.
Oh my!
You good? So then you have Ariel Hook Porter at 28, played 28 minutes. That's your boy, 2 shots. He played 28 minutes, 16 rebounds, 8 points, 4 assists, 4 blocks. Tell me what your thoughts on seeing your boy. You've been Hook Porty, ride or die since he came in the game. No Mitchell Robinson. Yabusele wasn't getting any burn. They needed the big guy to step up for a young kid. What were your thoughts on that game? 28 minutes for Hook Porty. 4 blocks.
Yeah, man, I've been Hook Hive since we got him for sure. He just has, to me, he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of Mitch in him, but he has a more polished shot. And if we could develop him, I could see him taking over for Mitch's role and being the starting center. No shade to Mitch. I love Mitch, but it's a little bit detrimental when we can't have our best defender out there because they're just gonna foul him and put him on the line. Even though he had that one game where he hit like 9 of 9 free throws, whatever. But yeah, to me in the Hawks game, that one hurt a little bit more because that one Uh, Obviously they were out trade, we were out players, but I wanted that win, and we played. Um, we let them shoot way too many open jump shots.
Way too many.
Nikhil Alexander Walker, that kid was killing us from three, and I don't know how
That's it. You
many
know that
points he
shit's
ended up
cousin,
with.
right? That shit Gildress's cousin.
Yeah. I know. But yeah, he was just shooting, and he must have hit like 8 threes if I remember correctly.
Nah.
Um, what
No, I'm saying that's
you
his
mean,
name.
no?
Nah, that's his name. N-A-W. Nah. We're just gonna have to call him Nah.
Uh,
We're gonna have to call him Nah. Nah was lighting
yeah,
us up.
nah, got to us, bro. And that game hurt me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We should have won that game. We just didn't play. We didn't have it. I don't know what it was. I'm not gonna throw shade on anybody. I'm not gonna throw shade on Brunson, on Cat, on nobody. It was just an off night. It is what it is. It
Listen,
happens.
I agree with you to a certain. I agree with you. That was a game that you don't have Trey Young. You just took a loss that was pretty embarrassing that you could have won against San Antonio. You could have chucked it up to New Year's Eve, whatever. But then you have Onyeka Okongwu, who's lighting up Cat and anybody that was near him. We couldn't stop him. We couldn't put a body on him. He was throwing the 3-pointers. No one was within range of him or Nah. Nikhil Alexander Walker. Nobody was near them. I mean, you got this center who's just anything he threw up, he was making. Onyeka, when it was on the drive, you letting him slide by the drive. What were some of your thoughts on that Atlanta game, Machete?
Yeah, that the numbers didn't add up to me. I'm gonna leave that one to that we played New Year's Eve and San Antonio. Had to fly back to New York, lose to these guys on January 2nd, like the day after New Year's. Because so I'm gonna leave it up to that because the numbers do not add up. Huck Forty had a good game. Ananobi and Clarkson had a terrible game, but
And Anobi
it
had
is what it
terrible.
is. I'm gonna give that one to the traveling. The traveling on New Year's Eve and coming back home New Year's and next day playing the game after New Year's. So it's kind of like it was a funny game. Just the numbers don't add up.
Yeah, and
And also we were missing a lot of guys, and we were missing Josh Hart.
so yeah, salute to Wolf Perry.
Let me just say this. Hold on. Let me just say this before we continue. This 3 game losing streak. I know I hate to be the voice of reason because I'm the loud, emotional one. But get off the ledge, people. I saw this comment dude said about Brunson if he's the point guard. Come on, bro. It's 3 games. We lost 3 games. Come back to the squad. Come back. If you want a hug, I'm gonna give you a hug. We chilling. We good. Brunson is our point guard now and in the future. Brunson is not going anywhere. The only way Brunson is leaving is when he retires. So I don't care if he plays well with Randall. I don't care if he plays well with Cat. I don't care if he plays well with Bridges, Deuce. I don't care. He ain't going nowhere. It's plain and simple, plain as day. Move on. Don't ever bring up a discussion about trading Brunson or any kind of nonsense like that. This man is gonna retire a Nick, and his jersey will go up in the rafters.
Appreciate you. You had to let it out. You had to let. Hey, my bad,
I had,
fellas.
I had to.
Salute to Wolf Perry and David Smith. Yes, and no one's hating on Cat here. My God, we're Dominican. Anyway, but they are correct. I misspoke. I said Cat was getting cooked. I meant to say Hook Porty because that game Cat didn't play nor
Can I,
Mitchell
can I
Robinson.
follow up?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I just say one more thing? Just to
Go for it.
follow up on what Shots is saying, and I do agree. He ain't going nowhere because Rick Brunson ain't going nowhere. Rick Brunson's helping develop all of our point guards the way they're playing right now. Tyler Cole, he ain't going nowhere. Jalen Brunson ain't going nowhere. We could talk, and let me tell you something. Two shots. We can talk all the ish we want. It's like a family member that we love so much that we can talk shit about them. It's constructive criticism. Is all it is. But Brunson ain't going nowhere, bro. It doesn't mean we want him to go. We don't want him to go. Because if he goes, Rick Brunson's going, and Rick Brunson ain't going nowhere, dog. Because he's a Knick. Jalen Brunson was a Nick in Rick Brunson's ball sack. Remember that shit,
Whoa, hey
right?
yo,
When Rick
hey
Brunson
yo.
got hit by the Knicks, Jalen Brunson wasn't even a thought yet. So remember that he was deep in the ball sack when that happened, right? So don't forget.
And listen, to correct what he said, because David Smith didn't say that he wanted to trade him. He was just saying in his chemistry building and hero ball, he's opposed to for the most part. Is what he felt. Maybe in these last couple of games.
Trade, no trade, whatever, don't matter. He ain't going nowhere.
Listen, both of you, I get it. So chemistry. Listen, but again, this is still 30 games in the season. We're still so we gotta pull ourselves back, as two shots will say. We gotta retrieve ourselves back and analyze some of this as well. First of all, I misspoke. I'm gonna take ownership for that. As far as Cat wasn't playing that game. So again, this is another game besides Mitch. And so you're missing Mitch and Josh that first game against San Antonio. Then on this game, you're missing Mitch, Cat, and Josh in this game against Atlanta. Would we have liked to have won it? Yes, it's a nemesis. Even though Lollipop Hair wasn't playing, you know what I'm saying? Even though he wasn't there, you still, as Knicks fans, we want our team to win all the time. You know what I'm saying? That was a rough game. We were missing a lot of shots. But individually, OG had a good game. Individually, Bridges had a good game. Jalen Brunson had a phenomenal game. He had 20. Well, he could have done better, but again, 24 points. We're talking that he could do better with 24, averaging 30. Still a phenomenal game.
24.
We're spoiled. We're a little spoiled. Can we say we're spoiled? Sure, we're spoiled. McBride.
Super spoiled. Not a little, super
Okay, we're
spoiled.
spoiled with him. We'll take that. Miles McBride played 30 minutes, 11 points, rough game for him. Diawara played 7, not that great. Padcombe played 0. Yabusele played 15 minutes. So we already look. If you go down the line, it was tough all the way across. Jordan Clarkson, it was 0. He only had 5 points, no assists. It was just a struggle game. That one was a bad game. You chuck it up considering we missed 3 of our best players and we took an L. All right. Another one that I'm not going to go too crazy on. You're going to have those 2 days after New Year's. You're going to have that. I'm not thinking in again. Even with these 3 L's, we're still in second place. The other game that we have, then we go back to the final game that we just played against the Philadelphia 76ers. That one was a little bit, that one was a little more tough to swallow for me, in my opinion. That one was a little more tough because you had a lot of our players, and not all of them, but you had Mitchell Robinson back after 3-4 games rest. I thought he'd look up to this game against Embiid. Usually it's a good competitive game between them. Embiid had his number. He had Mitch jumping for pump fakes, easy
What the
fouls.
fuck?
He couldn't stay in the game. That one was a little more tough to watch. Cat played a better game, 34. I mean, he had his average, 34 minutes. Cat played really good, 23 points, 14 rebounds. Doing a little complaining, but even then, that's when he got his game. He got his head in the game and just started driving and drawing fouls. He was up at that line often. He took a lot of free throw shots when he got his head in the game that, you're just not going to stop me. He went crazy. 23 and 14. OG had 19. Brunson with 31. Mikal Bridges 12. And then it just kind of tailored off from there. He stayed with a short rotation in this one. 31 minutes for McBride and Tyler Kolek. He got a little happy towards the end, but I guess his confidence, he tried to make it on there. What was that Philadelphia 76ers game? And mind you, VJ Edgecombe is the kid. He should be the rookie of the year over the Dallas kid. This kid is balling. He is a baby Jimmy Butler when Jimmy Butler was good. This kid is nice. Him and, Maxey, they're contenders, man. That's why I thought this was going to be a tough game. What were some of your guys' thoughts on the 76er game? Maxey going off. VJ Edgecombe going off. Embiid doing this thing. That was a good game. They played us very well. I can't even complain. They know when they play the Knicks, they took ass whippings from us last year. They know whenever they play us, they can't come half stepping. So they came prepared to play. I can't complain about that one as much as I wanted to. They wanted it more in that game. Your thoughts on that 2 shots, the Philly game?
Yeah, man, the Philly game that one was the worst one of them all for me. It was just terrible 3-point defense again. We've had that problem since last year when Podcast T was here. Um, I don't know what it is about our defenders that we just let these dudes get hot from three, and then they just, late game situations, they hit that quote unquote heroic shot. No, it's not a heroic shot. They're flowing. They're in the game. They're confident. You let them get there. So if we let them get there and they hit that heroic shot, it's like, what are we doing? That's really on us. We had another fake comeback late, like end of third quarter, early fourth. I think we got it down to like 9 or 7 or whatever, and then they just blew it up. Um, Terrible game, terrible game. Mitch, like you said, kept getting caught with the pump fake. I don't know what happened, but Mitch had Embiid's number for years, and in this game, he just like let Embiid do whatever he wanted. And Embiid is playing with like one leg. He's not even as athletic as he was in years past.
Exactly. Like
So it's like it's crazy to me. I don't know what exactly is going on. And again, it's a 3-game losing streak. It's bound to happen. We're not gonna win all 82 games. Let's again dial it back. I get it. We're passionate. We want to win. But this is part of the season. This is how you grow as a team. You have to have your bad moments to build character and your good moments to build even more character. You know what I'm saying? And homie said, somebody in the chat said, take a flyer on Anthony Davis. This is the kind of question that I want to. I want everybody to take a step back, take a deep breath. We should never consider taking a flyer on Anthony Davis. I mean, this man is in street
hey,
clothes
screen
more than he
record
is
this.
in NBA clothes.
Screen record this because me and this guy had a conversation about AD about a week ago, and I think we both almost threw our phones against the wall. I don't know who this guy is right now. I don't know who is he. Call 911.
Hold on. If we're just talking trade talks, whatever, just
Okay.
horsing around, whatever, I'm with it. But to actually, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but the price tag that comes with AD, like it's not worth it to me. Who are we gonna give up to get AD? For him to spend 40 games in the bench and then play one playoff game and then go get injured again. Like what are we doing? If you're gonna give me him for scraps for a bag of potato chips, absolutely, why not? But that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying?
All right, before we go into some trade talks, and I appreciate you taking us left. You're doing a good job for what Machete normally does, and takes us way past our topic. But I like it. It's okay. I saw you.
I keep seeing
now that you can read the chat, I see you.
Like, he's right, bro. He's right, bro, man. Who fucking still talking about getting fucking Anthony Davis, man? You know, way past that bullshit, bro. He ain't coming. Nobody wants that motherfucker. So what are you guys trying to sabotage us? I really think that these are Philly fans. I think these are Philly fans that are just like trying to get under our skin and stuff like that. I think those are Knicks fans. Those are, and you're not a Knicks fan if you say that shit. But as far as the Philly fans,
they're thinking outside
just
the box.
real quick, because I got
questions. Just like reel it back a little.
Gotta go. Go ahead.
The thing is, I got to run real quick because I really think that it's just that the coaches, Nick Nurse, all these coaches that I was talking about are starting to catch up and are starting to adjust and they're making adjustments against our teams. They know that also we didn't have a lot of players playing for the Philly game. We didn't have Josh Hart there. We had Mitchell Robinson. We had we really I don't feel we had a full squad for the Atlanta or the Philadelphia game, but that's all right. We'll make it up later on because we already got one win over them. So that's just these good coaches that we'll probably most likely see in the playoffs. We're going to see them in the playoffs. The Phillies, the San Antonios. I don't know about the Atlantas, but definitely the Phillies, the San Antonios. These teams, we're going to see them again in the playoffs, I feel. Philly is tough. They got Maxey, they got VJ, they got and they're playing good. They probably have the rookie of the year playing for them. So as far as that concerned, I don't like losing to Philly, but it is what it is, man. I mean, and also it was a second loss at home, so I'm not liking that. And guys, just their motor is not as strong as it should be. Brunson, I don't know. I mean, he had an iffy game there. He still scored. I don't know what he scored, but he did well. He didn't do too bad. He's getting his numbers. But the good thing about all these losses, I gotta say real quick, is that I like that the bench guys, the rookie guys, are getting their play. They're getting their time. It's very important right now. We could survive these early losses right now. Wait till we get Josh Hart back. It'll be a different story. But right now, three losses in a row is not good. But hopefully we can learn lessons from that. But at least the coach is playing the rookies and he's playing the bench. And that's all I gotta say.
Appreciate you, Machete. I know you gotta go. Appreciate you tuning in. Danny Landis said he's
I'll
been.
be back. I'll see you guys in a minute.
All right, jump back in. All right, salute to the chat. Let me give it to the chat because we've been going off wilding a little bit. Salute to the chat. Nostalgic Knicks. Que lo que, my guy.
Welcome back, brother. You've been missed.
Danny Landis, que lo que? We appreciate you, manito. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe. We appreciate you joining in. We just listen. If you guys here, Danny, you've been here before. We little off the top sometimes. Sometimes with L's. You know how Knick fans get. They have emotional damage. And if you're seeing two shots here, that's keeping everybody on check. If you see him keeping everybody in check, listen. Play Lotto. We're gonna give you 7 numbers after the show. The only disclaimer is if you win, you must come back for us, meaning we get a piece of that pie. All right, just saying. Salute to Danny Landis in the building. Nostalgic Knicks. David Smith, who's got mad comments, and we're gonna go through them. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute to the Wolf Perry. Yes, the Wolf Perry checked me. He was like, "Bruh, I don't know what you're talking about because Cat wasn't even in that game. I was a little bit out of it that game. It wasn't Cat. I meant Hook Porty. But 2 shots. Appreciate you. Adios. On God. Salute to you, my brother. Our second moderator of the podcast, my guy here. Appreciate you. Let me see. All right, so we got caught up to everybody here. So before we go into any other topics, which you kind of alluded to, my guy, we appreciate you, my brother. We appreciate you. Always love. You know what I'm saying? We argue like family. You guys, we argue with you guys in the chat, but we family. Just like I'm arguing with these guys all the time, every day, every week. In the chat, out the chat, on the show.
We yell at each other, but then we pass the bread.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, pass the butter. You know what I'm saying? Pass the pan y mantequilla. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. A little bit of something. So 2 shots.
Cafecito.
Cafecito. So we lost the 2 games at home. We had a back-to-back. We lose to Atlanta. We lose to Philly. Back-to-back at home. Even with that, we are 15-4. So we would have been 17-2. So that's a phenomenal record at home. Way compared to the other coach that we had before when we were struggling at home. All right. And then we're almost 50% on our away games. We're 5-5 in the last 10 games. We're 3-game losing streak, but we're 5-5 in the last 10 games. Before that, we were like 15-3 or something crazy. Are we just being spoiled right now that we're used to the Knicks winning, that we get mad if we lost 3 in a row? Is this something or is this nothing?
This is a big old nothing. I mean, yes, we want to win, obviously, but you got to look at the grand scheme of things. A bunch of players out, a bunch of key players out because it's not just
starters.
Yeah, we're not talking about the 15th man in the roster here. We're talking about legit starters missing,
2 and 3 starters.
Exactly, legit bench pieces missing, and we got to just look at the bigger picture. Like we can't be micro analyzing right now. We got to look at the whole macro shit. You know what I'm saying? So in the grand scheme of things, this is just a little blip on the road. Whatever. You hit your little pothole, boom. You're scared that the car might be hurt a little bit, or maybe you got a pop tire, whatever. We keep going down the road. We'll be fine. At the end of the day, once we get all our players back, then we can start talking about, Brunson doesn't play well with XYZ or whatever the case, or maybe Brown is misusing Cat for whatever reason, blah blah blah.
Hey,
he pointed out something.
I was just about to say we're gonna read Nostalgic because Nostalgic he's taking shots. First of all, he said 2 shots. You the man. He gave you props. He appreciate you. And let me read some of to Nostalgic as you saw. Let me read some of his comments because Nostalgic is dropping bombs just like David Smith. We already know. Throws. Hold on. So he's talking about. Are you talking? So David Smith says, "Now have I seen a Knicks coach throw a star player under the bus, and never has his back with the officials. Mike Brown is toxic for Cat, and I can see why he got fired from the Kings." Now of course, he's a huge Cat supporter. But when we were looking at Mike Brown, you guys heard me. The first thing I said is he's known for taking shots at his player. Did I or did I not? He will call them out by name. He'll give their social
But that's
security out.
accountability.
He'll give their social security number. He's gonna call you out. He's one that we knew he would do it. He's calling Cat out. Listen, some of the stuff he's calling out Cat, I think everybody sees it, and
It's valid, yeah.
and he wants the best for him in that. He's calling Cat out from the crying to complaining, and in the last post conference game, I think he was taking shots at Brunson too, but at your lead players. This is a time where the players have to take accountability as your star players. You know what I'm saying? If Mike Brown's gonna bring in these rookies that never to play, you gotta hold your star players accountable. So stuff for him.
Absolutely.
And you saw it in the Philly game. So you saw Cat whining and complaining for calls. Does he have justification? I think we could all agree that Cat is usually getting mauled, chopped, scratched. He had the scratch on his shoulder. We can agree that he's definitely getting chopped. We can agree he's definitely not getting any calls. I'll say 60% of the calls that he should be getting called, he's getting opposite calls for little ticky-tack fouls that he does when he's getting mauled. So the frustration is valid. I can agree with the frustration is definitely valid. However, the second half of the Philly game, you saw when he just said, "I'm putting my head down and charging like a bull," he was getting to the line. He didn't complain. He took all the hits, 2 and 3 players, and he was going straight to the basket, and he was going to the line frequently. Most of the free throws that we took out of those that we had a lot of them was by Cat, and that's him just decided to be like, you know what, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and I'm driving, and I'm gonna make them make this call, and he made them make the call. To what New Knicks was saying, just go be aggressive. They're not gonna call every call. You just gotta be aggressive. The last 3 games is how we've been playing defense. I think we've been a little handsy. If I'm gonna be honest, I think we've been doing a little bit. What you heard Mike Brown talking about, you want to use your body, not your hands and your feet. You know what I'm saying? So
Use your chest.
use your chest. So some of that I can see. You know what I'm saying? The little swipes that Cat does, like you don't need those. It's hard for him to reel that in when that's like an instinct for him. He's been doing since he was in the NBA, but he needs to bring those down to be the best version of Cat. So I think that's Mike Brown trying to get him to be the best version of himself. He's at all-star level. Let him get to that point. So that's interesting there. And then let me read what Nostalgic said about him. Hold on. 1 second. And let's hear Nostalgic. Nostalgic said, let's talk about the coaching. What he said about coaching. So he says Mike Brown can coach. What are your thoughts on these two guys giving their opinions on Mike Brown, whether he's not coaching? He says he pulled out Mo Diawara out the game too early. What are your thoughts on these two guys with some of the objections that they have with Mike Brown?
Yeah, I mean, I could see some of it, especially the Mo situation. Getting 5 or 6 minutes here and there a game is dare I say coaching malpractice. I use that phrase with Podcast T, but I feel like Diawara could give you a solid 10, 15 minutes minimum every night. Well, almost every night. Well, I'm going to actually say every night because, he got the size, he got the athleticism, he has it all. Vision, shooting. So Mo, I definitely 100% agree. He could get more minutes. Now, to say that he's a bad coach is a little bit harsh. I'm not going to go that far. Again, this is only 30 games into his tenure as a Knicks coach. He's lately been having to deal with a lot of adversity, whether it be multiple players missing, whether it be Cat with his silly fouls, non-calls, whatever the case you want to call it. And And I'm not gonna go as far as to say that he's not the right coach. Again, way too early to make that decision. Let's give him more time. Let's give him at least this year, to see where we land and how we do, and then we can go from there and decide, whether he's the right guy for the job or not. Personally, me again, I wanna pull back a little bit. Again, we get super high when we go on 10-game win streaks and we're like the best and nobody can stop us and yada yada. We're gonna win the chip, and but then when we get these 3-game losing streaks, the house is burning and get everybody out, and we got to find a nice even balance somewhere in between. And I'm guilty again. I'm guilty of it, but I have to realize myself that there's a lot of moving parts to this equation, and it's not always a black and white answer. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give him leeway to basically. I'm gonna give him rope to hang himself, and if he does, then that's on him. But so far, I'm very excited with his rotations and everything else. I'm not gonna jump ship just yet.
And for me, I think you guys know if you watch our last show, and I'll go into the rest of your comments you guys have as well. I gave him a B. I think overall right now he's at a B. I think the defense is where we have to, for me, anywhere in that A category, we have to be a great defensive team. I'm not really going to judge him till after the trade deadline. I'll say that. I'm not going to judge him until after the trade deadline to make sure if we keep who we have, do we get any other players, and then from there that he knows his rotation for the remainder of the year, I'll go from there. However, some of the games defensively is kind of suspect. Not all of them. I think he's done good. I think he's been good in rotating players. Nostalgic said Mo hasn't been great. Doesn't matter if he's a rookie. Play the hot hand. There's been time that he's hot, and I think
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. But at the same time, for a rookie, if he's got the hand and he's got it going, I think their job is energy boost. You know what I'm saying? For right now, as a rookie, I'm not gonna keep you. You could keep him there to see if he's gonna give you 30 or whatever that night, depending. But typically, it's like, these 8 minutes, you hit 3 pointers, you did defense, boom, you did good for your 8 minutes. Now Clarkson come up, the players that are supposed to carry it and pick up on that game. So I think that's where he was going with that. I definitely understand the high hat. Mo plays really good. They're playing for their coach, Mo Diawara. You're talking, so McCullard. They're trying to play for their minutes. So that is you're seeing is like, I'm fighting for minutes. So you reward them, you give them that, but at the same time, you can't let it go for a game when you're trying to get these other players into the game if they're having a bad game. Jordan Clarkson. So I was a little challenging for that one. I get what you're trying to say to pull out the hot hand on there. Nostalgic and David say that he doesn't call out Brunson. He didn't say it publicly, but I'm telling you, if you look at that last Philly game, he went in on Brunson. He a little incognito, but him saying that we were holding on to the ball too long. We weren't moving the ball up. It was sticking to one side. You can see, not only him, but the guards. I think it was also the Deuce. I think it was also the Kolek a little bit. But it was really Deuce and Brunson that he was going in on. So you can see he does call him out. He ain't call him by name, but it was pretty specific on how he said that they can get it. And he probably is not going to call Brunson by name as much because Brunson's someone that takes accountability right off the bat. And even if he doesn't have a bad game with somebody else, he's like, I had a bad game. I got to be better. So if he wasn't that type of player, then I can see him calling him out by name. So because Brunson's that type of player that he's going to be the first one to take accountability and say, I stunk. I did. He's going to be the first one. I think that's why he doesn't call him out by name. I don't think it's why he's paying a favorite. Where Cat, and listen, please understand, guys, we do not hate Cat. We love Cat. I'm Dominican. That's my first Dominican player. We're Dominican podcast. We love him, but we hold everybody accountable equally. You know what I'm saying? And we believe in Cat. We believe that Cat is not only the best shooting big man, he's improved defensively, which this year I got to give him the flowers on that. Defensively, he has improved. And if he just stops these small things, because he, just like Mitchell Robinson, when he does these small ticky-tack fouls, complaining to ref, it's taking him out of his game. And people know that, and he takes himself out of the game. No one can stop him, really. No one can really stop him but him. So that's where we get frustrated. He gets himself out of the game. If he can keep his head game, correct, You know what I'm saying? If he stays focused in the game like how he did the end of Philly, that's a whole different cat. That's 51-point cat. That's 60-point cat. That's you know what I'm saying? And that's who we need. That's who we know he can be. And he has definitely the talent and the best players around it. All that being said, it's still only 30 games in the season. It's still only 30 games. All this to say it's still early. We're expecting a 67-win team this year, a team that just got together. These players who you're that Knicks Nation was like, yo, I need a 60 burger, fuck a 50.
I need an 80 piece.
I need a 70 burger, 2 patties. I need two patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese on that bitch. I need a sesame seed bun seasoned. So, so Nick Foles, while it's still early, I think we good on that. Brunson doesn't take accountability. He doesn't change.
See, David, that's where you're losing me, brother. That's where you're losing me. Because, like, he didn't said it. He didn't said it multiple times in interviews. Hey, I didn't do it. I wasn't here, but this person was. In the cup game, what did he say? Yo, we wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for OG and these guys. And he named them out. Like, how can you say that somebody doesn't take accountability when they're getting the MVP trophy and they're like, yo, I wouldn't have this if it wasn't for them. You get me? So it's like,
listen,
what are we doing?
And
bro?
I can understand. I understand both your takes because if Two Shots knows me, we've had discussions about Brunson and we love him. I agree with Two Shots. I think he will be the best Knick ever. And then from our perspective, I think that as we see players like if I'm hard on Cat, pause, and same thing with Brunson because you can see, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dad, so when you see your kid, like you know what your kid can do, like you know your kid, like bro, you can do better. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's where we're a little hard. Like yo, if these little things, you just tweak this thing, you're unstoppable. Maybe I go dad mode on here too much in a sense, but it's like we know Brunson, and what did Brunson do? When we was hard on him saying yo he needs to assist more, he was averaging 30 and 8. He kind of fell off a little bit, but at the same time, his role mate Josh hasn't been there, who he relies on. OG and Bridges had some subpar games, so he couldn't get the assists, and they weren't hitting, so he has to step up. On the games where you got OG under 15 points, you got Mikal Bridges under 15 points. The game that Cat didn't play, what do you want him to do at that point? So in certain games, that's where we got to look a little bit deeper. If everybody's there, everybody's been playing, we take those 3 L's and everybody's on the court, then you can be like, all right, Brunson's doing hero ball. He's not moving the rock, everybody's there. Then you can analyze it. These 3 losses with so many different moving pieces. Mitch wasn't there for 2 games. Josh hasn't been there for any of the games. Then you got Cat, Mitch, and Josh out for the last game. And then you still expect them to be overall, same thing with Cat.
Not only that, but I will add, Mikhail and OG haven't been hitting the shots like they normally do. That corner 3, that corner 3 for some reason is eluding us. I don't know why. I'm gonna just chalk it up to missing players and being tired. But when a key piece in your offensive is missing, which is what they preach, get into the paint, spray it out, shoot the corner 3. When that's not there, then you kind of like scramble and trying to figure out what to do to make it work.
David,
and again, I'm not excusing anybody, but that's kind of when you see Brunson pounding the ball a little bit more because it's like, yo, my guys ain't doing it, and I want to win, and I'm gonna do everything I can to will us to this one. So that's kind of maybe where you're seeing the whole he doesn't mesh well, blah blah blah, but. I'm just saying, just reel it back a little,
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of moving pieces in this puzzle.
David Smith, I'm going to challenge you. I can agree with you to a certain extent in these 3 games, but when we're criticizing overall in general or having our opinion on something, we got to look realistically. And Two Shots knows, if I'm hard on Brunson, I'm looking at everybody. I call them out. When we had everybody on the team, when everybody was healthy and playing, and Brunson was doing the hero ball, I called facts or not, Two Shots. Two Shots almost quit the show.
I almost quit the show many times.
A couple of times. This is his 8th time, but it's all right.
I will not take Brunson slander.
But at that time, we were just saying because the whole team was there, and then he wasn't at that time moving the rock, And then Mike Brown, that's why I said it had to be the coach. The coach had to adjust it. And he figured out. Then he started averaging 8 assists per game while giving you 30. Now, in these 3 games that we took a loss, no Mitch for 2 of those games. No Josh for 3 of those games. The last game, no Mitch, Josh, or Cat in those games. And then you still want him to have a flowing offense when you have a game that McCall and OG ain't hitting, which, by the way, Nostalgic said OG and McCall are inconsistent. One has to go. In that game, you got to look at it, too. You got McCall and OG guarding the best players, and then their other 2 help defenders, Mitch and Josh, who are great defenders, aren't there. So now they're guarding 4 people.
Rebounders.
And rebounds. So now they're doing extra work. Plus, you still want them to hit 20 points a game. We have to be realistic in the game as well. If it's been a whole year, all right. If everybody's there, okay, you can analyze that. But in games that you got a big portion of your starters out, and then I still want Mikhail and OG to give me 20, and guard Castle, and guard Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and still give me 20, and block Embiid, and get 10 rebounds, and get, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We just got to be realistic on some of the stuff. I get it. If they're all there, we can kind of get to that point of looking at it. Cat's not getting enough attempts. I can agree with that, but listen, Cat also has to be. I can agree with that too. But Cat also, again, in that mindset, has to command it. You know what I'm saying? He also has to be like, give me the fucking rock. Give me the rock. Like when he has that passion he did at the end of the 76ers game, they were giving it. Hey, I don't know, Cat's mad here, do something with it. And he drove with it. When Cat's not just giving the rock up right away and just goes for the shot attempt, he can do it. So it's, again, still 30-something games in the season. I think this will all work itself out by March and get into that flow. This is just a part of the season where they have the team chemistry, the team talking, the coach talking, players meetings. You know, it's a lot of the first quarter, so I think we're up to that. Assists can be on a one pass. Yeah, listen, I agree with you, ball movement. But when you don't have all the moving pieces, and salute to the bench. Salute to Mo Diawara hitting 2 3-pointers, almost averaging on his rebounding. Salute to his defense on there. Salute to McCullough getting 3 shots, being ready, his hustle and diving. Salute to Kolek being able to play. And then now you got these players who they see it in practice, but now I got to give these guys a little go, which maybe I didn't get an assist. Maybe it was a hockey assist. You know what I'm saying? But they doing their thing, so my game's going to have to now. Brunson, to be fair, has to adjust it. Now he's playing with rookies. He's usually playing with a starting 5. Now I got some rookies in here. Now I got Hook Porty and I got to adjust a little bit. It's just, let's relax. Let's not go off on anybody. Brunson still has contract obligations, which we love him because he took 150. Could have had 210. But we don't realize that in that contract that he took a discount. I'm more than sure there's a clause that if you get scoring title, if you get an all-star, you get these bonuses that'll get you up there. So I'm pretty sure my guy's working for a bonus, bro. I'm pretty sure he wants to be an MVP caliber. No one gets mad when Giannis is going for 30 a night and maybe the team's not winning, but he wins.
When he's dunking and the game is already over.
He's getting MVP when, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain, you have to hit a certain number to hit these MVPs, all-star numbers, scoring title, you know, all NBA. You have to hit these certain numbers, which he knows how to do, to get to that. So you got to give him a little leeway. He's scoring almost 30 a game, which is crazy. And being fourth in the NBA and scoring 30. Back 10 years ago, that you're the MVP of the league at 30 points a game. So salute to that. Appreciate you guys. Cat and Brunson could be a great combo. They still can. David. Break tranquilo, manito, tranquilo. Let's listen. A little wusa, go eat some mango. You know what I'm saying? A little mashed plantains with a little salami, queso frito, white cheese. You fry it with a little bag. Just relax. I know you got the El Gatico. They're going to work it out. Remember, this is only year 2. This is 30 games of the second season of them playing together. And then you just threw a whole bunch of other people. Clarkson who needs touches. Deuce is getting in the game. Now you got Kolek and all these other players playing good. Now they have to find that rhythm. It's going to take, you know what I'm saying?
A new coach.
A new offensive system. There's a lot in the works that we don't see that right now. I think we're just being a little spoiled. I am included in this. You know, we're number 2 and we're still clamoring for more. We're number 2, but I need number 1 30 games into the season. And we're, so Suave con take it easy. I think we're good. I also agree with 2 shots. I don't think this is a big deal. Nostalgic says he's dangerous when he gets to the line. Listen, yo, when Cat gets to the line, bro, he's leading the NBA if I'm not mistaken on percentages at the three or getting to the line. He's leading in a lot of categories. Cat is up there. He's I think number 2 in rebounding. The kid is phenomenal. The little things that people complain on, his defense compared to last year, I gotta give him props. He's not just dropping back; he's been more aware. It's the handsy ones and the complaining. That's it. And even then, we're being a little spoiled with how he's not giving him props on what he has improved. With the complaining, it's hard when you getting slapped in the face and they don't call you getting slapped in the face. You know what I mean? And you breathe on someone and they call it. You know what I mean? Who wants?
Listen, I want to say it real quick for Cat. I love Cat. First off, I don't want this to sound too like complaining or whatever. But my only gripe with him is the moaning and bitching for calls, like the whole flopping, all of that. If he gets rid of all of that and just puts his head down, goes to the basket, not flopping, take the contact, finish. If you get the call, you get the call. If not, get back on the other side. If he plays like that, which he can because he has in the past, if he plays like that, bro, we're talking top 2 in the league in centers.
Listen,
The only one that I'm putting above him is Jokic.
I'm gonna put something in perspective for Knicks fans, something that people don't think about, and I got Cats back here. David, listen up. Screen record this and put this on your Insta books, your facey spaces, your Insta books, and your facetygrams.
What are you doing, bro?
Listen, people don't people don't take accountability. Listen, Cat has had the most changes in the entire team. He is the only person that changes his role every 4 possessions. Brunson, when he comes in the game, guess what position Brunson plays? Point guard.
Scoring point.
He
That's
plays
it.
point guard. Maybe a 2, sliding to 2, which is still the same thing. He's shooting anyway. When Bridges and OG come in, guess what? They're the 2 and 3, right? They're 2 and 3. When Mitch comes into game, does he play shooting guard? No, he's a center. Everybody plays the one position. You got Cat, who's playing a center, who's playing power forward. It could be 2 plays. On defense, I need you to switch and rotate. Now you're the center. Nope. Now you're playing power forward. All right, we're bringing Hook Porty in. Go back to power forward. Hook Porty left. Now you're the center. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people don't respect that he's guarding centers, power forwards on a constant rotation in a game. It's not like, all right,
Sometimes ones and threes.
it's not like, all right, today, the whole game you're playing center. All right, I can deal with that. I'm playing center. I got this guy. Nah. These next 3 possessions, you got the center. 2 ones after that, boom.
Pick and roll. Now
Right after that, now you're
point.
switching. You're going from Wemby, now you're guarding Castle. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't respect how many different positions, how many different sets he's playing and he's a part of. So it can be frustrating not only learning all those positions, learning those different defensive sets, which even you hear Ross saying the center is probably the hardest position to learn besides point guard. And you're doing that plus power forward. Oh, and I'm also responsible for being the second highest scoring player in the team. Oh, I'm also responsible. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and you want me to do switches? Now you want me to go to the corner? Now I'm not in the top of the 3? Oh, now you want me in the paint and I got to play. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of intricacies that you got to really pay attention overall. So it takes a lot for Cat. And there's no other player that I know that can play that role or can. So for that aspect, I appreciate Cat. I understand what he's going through, especially getting chopped up. But you just gotta play through it as far as being confident. Don't make any calls and just be aggressive. Those 2 things is good to go. But I think that's something that a lot of fans overlook. They overlook that he's playing center, power forward, small forward, sometimes even. And then now I'm playing with all little people. I'm playing with all the dwarfs. And I'm the tallest guy. So now I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Now I got Twin Towers. Now it's me and Mitch. You know what I mean? So there's so many different intricacies for him that people don't respect or appreciate that. All that, and he's still leading the league in rebounding, still scoring the best, and all we can look at besides all of that is him complaining for fouls. So with
Yeah,
that being
because
said,
that's really the only thing. That's really the only thing really the only negative. Well, actually, besides defense, he has a lot of mental lapses on defense. But offensively, that's really the only thing that's stopping him. It's himself. It's for him. It's between the ears. You got to be able to. I mean, I get it. I get it. You're getting hacked 24/7, but you got to be able to have that mentality to let it go. All right, I got hacked. All right, I'm bleeding. It don't matter. Let me get to the other side. Let me not spend 5 seconds with this one ref when the play is going on down the court. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you got to be kind of like a clownfish and just have that memory. Like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Next, on to the next. Oh, on to the next. Because if not, he's gonna spend the entire game,
Excuse me.
guaranteed, the entire game, 42 minutes, complaining to refs, talking about, yo, he hit me here, he hit me there. Yo, I'm doing this here, but I'm not getting it over there. But blah blah blah. Bro, just clownfish mentality. Oh, it happened. All right, whatever. On to the next.
I will give a little rebuttal to what you said. Not all of it was good, except for defensive lapses. He does have some, but in comparison to
Yeah, some. Yeah.
last year, he's leaps and bounds compared to
No,
last year.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm not saying just you in general. I'm just saying for fan base to look at, because fan base like to stick to whatever they say, whatever label someone had maybe 2 years ago, they still give it to him for 2 years later. He could have improved, he could get better, but they still keep that label. I still got this jacket's 2 years old. Nope, keep that sticker on. They still keep the label,
Like,
like that.
gotta keep the sticker. Gotta keep the sticker.
You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, he's played very well. He's not getting. He hasn't fouled. I don't think he's fouled out of any. No, one game. He's fouled out of one game in 30 something games. Compared to last year, he probably either had 5 fouls for 28 games, maybe 30, 35 games. He's had close to five fouls and fouled out of multiple games. You don't even hear that from him now, other than that one game that he fouled out recently. Other than that, you're not hearing Cat get 2 or 3 on rare occasions. These last few, you heard him get to the 3s and 4s. That's where he was getting the real frustration because they're calling these fouls. He had the one on Embiid where he reached and slapped him. Like, you don't need that. You don't forget you're 7 feet tall. You keep forgetting you're 7 feet tall. Nonetheless, that's
Raise your
it.
hand.
I'll move on from that, but I think we definitely huge Cat supporter on here. And to what David Smith was saying, and people were saying, fans are already jumping off the bandwagon to trade from. Yo, we had Randall.
Yeah.
We had like people just they always want the next thing. Where they're looking over the grass. The grass is green. They look at the yard next door. They be like, "Yo, I want that grass. It's greener. It's artificial turf, but you like it because it's greener than this real grass you got here." I don't get it, and that I loosely call fan base. To want Giannis is understandable. Your thoughts are, we spoke about Giannis before. The fact that he's available, it's hard to even. It's rare for someone of this caliber to want to be traded, available to be traded, and number 3, want to be a Knick. It's really tough. I think we went over that before, if you guys haven't heard. And I think David was talking about some trade options that they heard. And I think
Giannis,
and Nostalgic said it too, like Mitch and OG, which we said it before.
OG and Mitch.
That's the only way it'll work, and to keep Cat. I don't agree with any of that, but listen, I've seen a lot crazier in the NBA. I'm not going to throw that to the wayside. Ideally, I think we hold on to what we have now, at least until the summertime, and then we explore that route. And I think you look at getting other players. A Diawara Yabusele. My bad, I meant Yabusele, Yafro, Pat.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you hear? I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure they signed Dink Pate to a 2-way.
No,
I'm more than sure they signed.
I have not heard.
I was hearing it today. I didn't get to do too much checking because I worked till right before the podcast. So forgive me, but I heard Dink Pate got signed to a 2-way. You guys in the chat, let me know.
That means hold on. So that means that one of our 2-way guys, got a regular contract then.
Maybe or maybe not. Ding, ding, ding. Only be.
It, it can't. We can only have
So we'll see.
one two-way, right?
We'll see. I think so. I don't know. The fouls for cats are so outrageous. So we'll go to that. Let me know if you guys. Let me look it up while you guys. So
Somebody in the chat, yeah, somebody in the
let me
chat,
look it up.
fact check that.
I'll tell you right now.
I would love to know if we actually signed Ding Pei, because if that is the case, then Yabu's time is done. We're gonna ship him out with somebody, and then somebody that had the two-way had to get an NBA contract, because if I'm not mistaken, we can only have one or two, and the only two-way that we have at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, is the Aurora, isn't it?
Yo, well, Diawara
I don't know.
signed.
I don't know about the contract situation.
I'm looking.
Somebody in the chat, let us know. It would be super interesting if that is the case. And then, as far as real quick, as he's doing his research, as far as Giannis is concerned, I'm gonna put that to rest, at least this season, because I'm not giving up nobody. I don't want anybody in the Knicks gone. And the only way I want Giannis, if people do have to go, is to pair him with Cat and Brunson. But my selfish behind, I want OG and Bridges along with Giannis, Brunson, Hart, all of them.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want. Listen, I don't know how long you guys been Knicks fans. All right, I've been a Knicks
this
fan
long
since like.
when this used to be black, and not that much hair
Listen,
either.
listen. I've been a Knicks fan since early 2000s. Okay, that's the earliest that I can remember.
Hence his trauma.
Hence the fact as to why I do not accept any Brunson slander. I grew up watching Tony Douglas, the Chris Duhans, the Raymond Feltons, the Calderons. I mean, at one point we were fucking playing Burks as the point guard. And now that we have this gift from the heavens, I'm not gonna shit on him. So Brunson, he is here for life. Done. He's gonna retire, Nick. We're gonna build a plaque. We're gonna name a street, and if he wins a chip, he's gonna have a statue. All of that. But again, I say all that to bring it back to this point. I've been a fan since, like I said, early 2000s. Some of you may have experienced success in the 70s. If you are or you have, good for you. I did not. Those of you that experienced the Ewing era, good for you. I did not. I only got to see clips. And the only reason I know those clips is because a lot of them are on YouTube and I used to watch it, yada yada, whatever the case.
Anything before
But
'83, there's no YouTube for him. He's struggling on
listen,
his older class because there's not much film out there for him to give props.
listen, I'm saying all that to say this. Giannis, I do not want him here if we're going to trade for him. Because my PTSD comes from the Melo trade. When we had the opportunity to trade for Melo, we had Mozgov, which wasn't the best of centers, but he was a serviceable center. And the one player that hurt me the most that we got rid of was Wilson Chandler. That dude was developing into the best 3 and D player ever. And if we would have paired him with Melo, if we would have just waited 6 months and signed Melo as a free agent, we would have had Chandler and Melo, 2 or 3, 3 and 4, whatever the case, along with whatever point guard we would have at the time, Prigioni or
All right,
Jason
listen, you
Kidd
got
or
you don't
Felton
don't
or
get him
whatever.
started. He's gonna go down the rabbit hole. But yeah, I hear you
Again,
on
but
the.
again,
But on the trade, you're
I'm trying.
saying
I'm trying to make.
you're trying to make sense of it.
I'm trying to give the listeners a picture of where I'm coming from,
Yeah.
of why I won't accept a Giannis trade now,
So you're
and
you're
why
you're not
I
you're
will
not
not
thinking.
accept any Brunson
So
slander.
you're not thinking of a trade between now and February 5th.
No.
For major
Listen, oh, wait, wait. Well,
pieces. For major pieces. For major pieces.
boom.
So you
For
think
major pieces, no.
so you think the
If you,
starting five stays intact past February 5th?
absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
If you're gonna make a trade, you're gonna make a trade for a bench piece. Like for example, like I said in the chat, you can't hit home runs all the time. The Yabu signing, it's been a flop. So if you want to work with him and get him to a situation where he'll get more minutes, he'll get a playing time, whatever. Cool. I hear a lot of Sadiq Bey. I hear a whole bunch of Alvarado talk. I'm good on Alvarado. I don't want Alvarado. Bring me a wing, or bring me a forward that's gonna alleviate the pressure from OG and McHale. And that's where I'm at right now. Again, it's
Listen.
not a stick on nobody. It's not a stick on nobody. If you want to talk trades, talk to me next year. But this year, talk to me nice. We got a good squad. Make little trades. I'm all for it. Danilo Gallinari, yes, David, yes. Another one that we let go, and another one that developed into a great player. Thank you for reminding me.
So I wasn't high, and I agree with you. I think we should stand pat this year. New coach, new players. Everybody's playing well. Unless it's a gun to your head for Giannis, agree. I don't want that trade. However, if there's, and again, his age, whatever, but if there's someone you can trade for, if there's a chance to get him, if it's and I don't like this trade, but the money works. We spoke about it before. OG, Mitch, that's what I've been saying for a while. The money works with that. Some young players, I don't like it, but if you're getting a generational talent, remember Mitch is owed money after this year. He wants 20 plus. To sell that to a Milwaukee with great defense players, whatever, I don't get. If it's push comes to shove that we can't wait till next year, something like that. That's the only thing that go for. Go ahead.
You might talk me into a Mitch and OG, but a Mitch and OG only. Like everything else that we're gonna give up is
Nah,
like end of the bench
yeah.
pieces.
End of the bench pieces in a couple of seconds or something like that.
So you might talk me into that. You might talk me into that.
Hold on a second. Yes.
Where's the orange?
Espérate. Hold on. Keep talking for a second.
Where's the orange?
Yeah. So
Where's the orange?
all right. So yeah. I mean, if you want to have the talk, let's have the talk.
Like for the
So
base.
Mitch and OG, I'm willing to get rid of
Check
for
downstairs on
Giannis.
the sink
Again,
downstairs.
I'm not giving up Cat. I'm not giving up Brunson. I'm not giving up
I haven't
Bridges.
seen
I'm
Shimmy
not giving up
downstairs.
Hart. If the trade does not include those core four, then you might talk me into it. Again, Mitch and OG is gonna hurt me because I like OG, even though he's like super athletic but clumsy at the same time. I don't know how that is like. I don't know. Two
Let-
things could be true at the same
let
time.
me let me give you a worst case scenario, which is possible.
Okay.
OG, Mitch, and Deuce. Now, for Giannis. Listen, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Again, OG, Mitch, and Deuce. If they like they said he's gonna go to another team, would you pull that trigger for those three and Giannis this year? If push came to shove, if they said he's gonna go to another team, this is your final option. We'll take this. After this, I'm hanging up the phone. I'm never answering your call again.
Listen, if they said the Nets gave him an offer and the Nets are about to get him, then I'm gonna pull the trigger, even though I don't want to lose Deuce. Um, that's a little too much for me, man. I don't want to give up Deuce. OG and Mitch is already hurting me. I
But
mean, I can live without Mitch because Mitch, unfortunately, is on a minutes restriction.
hey, salute to Keith. Salute to
Load
Keith Watkins in
management.
the building. Salute to Keith. Appreciate you, my brother. Got the kids. You got to take care of the kids first. House full of kids. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. But yeah, I can part with Mitch way easier than OG. OG is OG is that workhorse that you need
Let me
because he's gonna play. He's gonna play defense,
let me
but
switch
he's
it
also
up.
gonna give you
Let
20.
me switch it up because ideally money would work with OG and Mitch for Giannis, Deuce, Yabusele. Hold on, Deuce, Yabusele, and maybe a couple of picks. But in the return,
What you gonna throw in Kuzma or some shit?
no, in the return we get back Sadiq and Giannis.
I mean, how we gonna so a 3-team trade?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how complicated 3-team trades can get.
I mean,
I'm gonna leave that to you guys. If
yeah.
you got the ESPN trade machine, make it work. But if that's the return and that's what I'm giving up, I'm pulling that trigger.
Okay.
I'm pulling that
I'm just
trigger.
testing the water out there. Now I agree with you. I don't think Leon goes that far. Sadiq Bey just got signed a $20 million contract. I wasn't high on Sadiq. I'm gonna say that. I wasn't high on Sadiq only because I knew he just had an ACL. He
ACL,
had the
yeah.
ACL, missed most of the season. Let me know what you said, damn on Keith.
We could say we could say we could say the same thing about OG. OG was super injury prone till before last year.
Yeah, but that was his elbow, and then what else did he have? Was it a knee?
I mean, he had everything. He had everything going
I
on.
agree.
When he was in Toronto,
I
he averaged like 40 games a year.
I can agree with that. So I was agreeing that again. I agree. I was just saying I wasn't high on him in the beginning, but I looked at his contract. He did play with Brunson. He did play with JB. He is a Nova, another connection type of player. I think he was when we played him and he went off on us. I think
Showcasing.
he was showcasing. You know what I mean? And Oman Knicks, great trade machine is on Fanspo. Yep, I'm gonna check that. I appreciate you. Oman Nick says, "Damn, that's something you have to think about." But that just sends us skyrocketing into the second apron. Well, OG and Mitch is equal money. OG and Mitch is equal money to Gianna, so it'll
Yeah,
keep
but
us.
not Bay, is it?
But yeah, listen. All right, so let's break this down. OG and Mitch is exactly Gianna's money, exactly identical money. You're talking identical money with that, so it takes us nowhere. We literally don't go anywhere. Deuce is $6 million and Yabu's about 5, so we can send out more and get back less because you'd be getting 10, sending out 11. That takes us exactly to where we're at, and then you get rid of the other guys that move McCullard, and so on and up. And then that takes us exactly where we're at. So money wise, it doesn't take us anywhere towards the second apron. If it's just those two. If it's those two players and you get out those, you're not hitting the second apron. You're still under that second apron.
But let's be real though. Even if we get that squad and we hit the second apron, who gives a shit? We're winning a title.
I agree with you. But even if you do that move, you're not hitting the second apron and you're that much closer. So you're talking about Giannis, Cat at 5, Giannis at 4, Josh Hart at 3, Bridges at 2, Brunson at 1.
Yeah.
If it's that, again, I don't want any of my players
Yeah.
gone. I'm not wanting. I don't want any of my players gone. But in the realm of the trade season coming up, we got 3.5 weeks, maybe. We actually got 30 days because tomorrow's the 5th. February 5th is the deadline. We're on January 5th. So we literally got 30 days where I'm just being real that it's going to start heating up from today. Everything from today is heating up. And I'm not for the rumor of the trade, but you got to think of reality. How is Brown looking at this? How is Leon looking at this? For sure, everybody knows Yabu is not a good fit. And salute to Yabu, appreciate you. It's just not a fit. I'm not going to diss the guy. I just don't. I think he's more of a pick and roll system or more half court system. And this team is just moving more, and he just doesn't fit the system. So I think that for sure is a go. I think that Mike Brown playing Yabu, I'm sorry, not Yabu. Diawara, my apologies. Diawara playing McCullard and them giving him minutes
Huck Torty.
and Hook Porty, and then Pat Como was drafted before all of them, who's younger, a 6'9", 6'10" player, is not getting that much burn, is something to say about him, which he was on the outside looking in before this kid, this guy retired, and then he just made it in. So I think Yabu and Pat Combe probably looking at the outside looking in, depending on what's out there. So, I think he's going to do his due diligence and look around and see what's out there. Key says we're giving up 6 players for 2. We still would have to fill out the roster, and that would send us into the second apron for sure. Or am I bugging? I didn't say 6 players. All I said was 2 for 1, which would be OG and Mitch, gives you 1. So that's 2 out. You get back Giannis. If it was a Deuce and Yabu or something like that, I'm throwing Deuce in there, but I doubt they're throwing Use. Yabu for Sadiq Bey, they're gonna want something else. They're gonna want something else other than Yabu when we're giving you Sadiq Bey. So I'm just throwing out. If you get him back, then you move up McCullard to a regular contract in the rotation. Diawara is already in the rotation because he's a thing, and then you would get rid of whether it's Tosan, and then you sign Dink Payne to a 2-way, because right now we got, you know what I mean. Then you move those players up into the rotation, unless we get a veteran that gets waived during these trade, and you can pick up a vet. So that's what I think. But I think more than likely, the reality is, I think Leon's gonna look in the trash can, see if he finds a sandwich that somebody didn't bite into. You know what I'm saying? That's still a little warm. Basically, the teams, when they start getting rid of players making trades, whoever they waive, those are, agents you can free in. But if you have a chance for Giannis, as much as I don't like it, I think you make a swing for it. But I don't think it happens till the summer, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree, 100%. And just to get a couple of these out of the way, David Smith said 2 questions that I want to touch on.
Go ahead.
He mentioned Zion Williamson. I'm not touching Zion with a 10-foot pole, so you could, throw that question away. And then Brunson and Giannis working together, I could see that being somewhat of a problem.
I agree.
If Brunson didn't have the experience already playing with Luka Doncic. So I believe Brunson has it in him to be able to play with Giannis because he's already done it with Luka. I mean, granted, he blew up when Luka was in the playoffs and out, like he was injured, so Brunson took over. But he still played with Luka, so he knows what that feels like. He knows how to play off ball. So, 50% JB, the ball in JB's hand, 50% in Giannis's hands, and the pick and roll between them two would be insane.
I'll address,
just insane.
I'll answer that in a second, Keith. And I agree with you. And the only way this works, mind you, to recant and readdress this here, the only reason that trade works that you go for Giannis, the only reason that you can make that and make it work is if Cat is still in play. Cat has to be involved.
Absolutely.
As crazy as that sounds, and people saying Cat for you must keep Cat. Cat has to be able to stretch the floor. You can't have Giannis and Brunson again. That won't work because that'll be a Julius Randle, Brunson all over again. Both need to be in the paint. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you just reminded me. That the reason you keep Cat is because you want him to play that Lopez role. Remember how Giannis played with Lopez? Lopez was just primarily a 3-point shooter. But go ahead, keep going.
No, you're right. Listen, and Giannis could pass, and when Giannis is in the outer lane or driving, and he penetrates, and if for some reason he can't, he throws it a Cat, and they can play off each other. 2 big guys that both pass. Giannis is a good passer too, but I think you have to play him with Cat.
Absolutely.
I think if Cat is not on there, you have to play him with Cat. If it's a Cat Giannis trade, it makes 0 sense. I don't think you make that move. That's why I said the only thing that would work for him even this year or next year, this money works for OG and Mitch. Mitch wants a contract. Deuce wants a contract. They're both up for contracts. The only reason why I bring them up, just so you guys know, Keith, that's the only reason I bought him, and we love. So at the end of this season, we have to say, are we paying Mitch $20 million? Which he's earning it, by the way. He He's the number one in the NBA on rebounding and offensive rebound with the less amount of minutes. So he's earning his money. So I'm not saying he doesn't get it or doesn't deserve it. So, but these are questions you got to ask yourself as an organization, and and how's this guy fitting? Even though with the minutes management, is he playing to what we need? Yes. Is he working on his free throws to make himself available? Yes. So he's doing all the things we're asking of him. He's exceeding his play style. He's earning his money. He wants around 20 mil. Are you paying him 20 mil? Who could I get for 20 mil that's equal or value or something like that? So now you got to look at who's in the 20 mil range. That can I trade for somebody, or is he worth paying the 20 mil and keeping him? That's what you're asking. Now Deuce has already taken a super pay cut 2 years in a row, two contracts in a row. He's already underpaid. He's showing that he's 6 man of the year material. Not only a phenomenal defender, but 40% from three. So he's almost untouchable, which they've already said he's not untouchable. But in order to get rid of him, like, you got to get some major return more than Sadiq Bey. And to touch on who I was saying,
First round pick at least.
a first round pick or a talent that's already signed to at least a 3 year. That way you're already working on your books. You don't have to worry about a minimum 3 year contract. Who can I get that is in this 40% high 30% great defender esque can play, or even a different elite position. So you got to look at that. But if you're getting rid of Deuce, you want to get someone that's already on a contract, not that someone you're going to want to have to sign. Because we got all our players locked on a contract, which is an advantage for a team. So any team that gets these players, i.e. a Milwaukee, they would have OG already locked into a contract that all you got to worry about is Mitch. Can you trade Can you trade Mitch on that contract to somebody else and get players for Mitch for Milwaukee's aspect? Or do you trade Miles Turner, to someone else and get value? So which one will have more value? You know what I mean? So that that's their
Or
problem.
you could use it as an expiring contract and just let him go.
Exactly. Or you can play Mitch at the 5, Miles at the 4, OG at the 3, and that's formidable for them right there. So they're, again, what does Milwaukee want? You don't want to rebuild in a team in a city that's really not gonna go see games to spend money unless you have a team assembled. You're not going to want to start over. That's not a city you want to start over at. You want to bring talent so you can at least sell tickets. So that's the only reason why I kind of say a soft rebuild with them rather than going to OKC and getting 8 to 10 first rounders and you don't know what happens there. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason I was saying that. Salute to HRM Times. Great. I'm glad you changed your name, sir, because you're always great with us. Appreciate you. And that's what I was saying. To recant for Keith, if it was a Giannis, it would have to be OG and Mitch. That money works. Would they want something else? I don't know. Maybe they want to, maybe they want to Deuce, but is there a third team that we can, maybe we bring in New Orleans so we can get Sadiq Bey. And then maybe they take Yabo and give us someone that they're not fond of, but that we can bring another player that's maybe not a high skilled player, but someone that can fit into the role. So you look at maybe a 4-for-3 type of return, and then we would elevate McCullard, and then that gives Dink Pay the 2-way. Something like that is what I was looking at. Good. You were saying 2 shots?
Oh man, I forgot. My bad,
It's
bro.
okay. So that's what I was thinking about. If it's a trade work, that's the only way. You keep Cat. The only way you get Giannis, you have to keep Cat. Floor spacing, movement on there. If you get, and then remember, Deuce, you got to pay him. Is Deuce going to take another $6 million a year, $3 million a year? Right now, Yabu is making more than him. Yabu is making $6 million. Deuce is making $3 million. Let's think about that. Deuce is giving you 40% from 3, locking down every player that comes out. He's starting games. When Josh ain't there, it's Deuce. Right behind Brunson is Deuce. He has a huge role on this team. And you think he's going to take another $3 million contract. And he wants to be here. I mean, look, I love it. I love New York. I'm from New York. But if I got Wichita, Kansas trying to giving me 17 a year, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there. I'm out there with the Jayhawks or whatever they call themselves.
With the hillbillies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, I love it here. But, you know what I mean? Like, if someone gives them a little check, I might have to.
You're gonna be rolling with the Ozarks over there.
You know what I'm saying? Is it? Can he get a 12? So that's what you got to look at. That's the only reason why I bring a Mitch, because his money works right now to get Giannis, and then Deuce, he's gonna want to get paid. Do you pay him? And then who do you bring in? Would you? And if I'm getting Sadiq Bey for him, Sadiq Bey is similar, taller, a good defender, a 3-point shooter. He
They
can
can fill
fill
it
the
in.
role. And then you got Kolek to do the point guard duties, but you got Sadiq Bey as the defenders. You know what I mean? Not saying again that I want these, but that's how I would view it. And then you could get Yabu, get rid of him, someone to give you a bench player or somebody else that can, you know, get low reward, high risk. If they got somebody they don't want, and then you can kind of look at it that way. So that's the only reason I
Yep.
was looking. That's how I'm kind of looking at it. If we're happening, we know Yabu's gonna go, but if we let go of Yabu by himself, we're gonna have to throw something in. You know what I mean? And Leon Rose has never thrown nothing in a trade unless he's getting something back. So it's either Dadier with a second pick for Sadiq or Jose. So it's got to be a good talent player if he's gonna give something away with it. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah, and when it comes to like trade talks and all that good stuff, I think Leon Rose and the front office, Brock Aller and all them with the whole cap situation, I think they've proven to us that we could trust them. They could do whatever they got to do on the back end, and they make it work. And whenever we want a player, and that player is beneficial to us, they make it happen. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna lean on Leon, and I'm gonna trust him because in the 5 years that he's been here, he's proven to me that he can do it. He took us from where we were to where we are now. Title contenders, like legit title contenders. Not we think we're the best, blah blah blah. Like we are here. Like this was his 5 year plan. We're in what year 5 or 6? It might have taken an extra year or whatever of him in running the office, but here we are, and I'm eternally grateful because again, coming from where we came from, 17 win seasons, Frank Ntilikina's of the world
Hey, listen,
to now.
take it easy. I liked Frank. I was.
Hey man, hey, I was Frank Hive. I was Frank Hive. Let me
Okay.
preface that. I was Frank Hive. He was way too injury prone though, and
Well,
his offense didn't come along as well as his
his
defense.
defense was butter, though, nonetheless. But all that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say, those are the things that I think about as far as if something were to happen. Trade deadline is February 5th. The only reason we kind of bring it up, it's going to start coming out. Yabo, hey, salute to LBNY City 89. I am over Mitch Robinson's availability. I'm tired of being handcuffed to him and all that it takes one injury for him not to be in the playoffs, and we lost management and we lose the management.
Load manage for nothing.
That's
That's
listen. That's
that's
a
valid. That's
respectable
valid.
take. That's a
That's
respectable
yeah.
take.
That's
That's
how he feels. That's a valid feeling. I can't fight it. Because history has shown us that he's very injury prone.
and
So you're fine. I mean, I can't I can't
that's
fight
that's the
that.
take we can't argue. That's the one we're like you ain't wrong. He ain't wrong though.
You got me. You
He
got me.
you ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? You ain't wrong with that one. And that's
You
again
ain't wrong.
with that thought he has. He's over Mitch. The availability, tied to the handcuff as far as the man. That on that thought frame. That's what you gotta ask. Am I giving this guy 20 million? I am not on either side. I love Mitch either way, but am I giving this guy $20 million? Can I count on him for 4 or 5 years coming up? You know what I'm saying? And that's where that question comes about. Do you pay him that 20? Do you give him 18? What is his
You
workload?
put him on a trade.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And not for nothing, to your point with Leon Rose, Worldwide West, all the players, if you remember, in the summertime, they allegedly had conversations with Milwaukee. And those people, even Mitch has been on trade blocks or mentioned so many times, they know the worth of Mitchell Robinson already. They know what he's worth. They know what they were trying to take from him. They're trying to give him nothing. And that's why I said, you know what, we're going to run Mitch this year. We're going to load manage him to preserve him so we can build up his value for a team that really has been saying that they might want him and show that he's still worth it and then some, which he's dominating and doing, if that's the case. Same thing with Deuce. That's why they said Deuce is untouchable, because they were trying to give us some scraps for Deuce. Deuce is showing he's a 40-point scorer. He's a clutch player. How many games have we been down? The team's about to make a run, and Deuce has hit the shot. He did it in Philly.
With the clutch shot.
He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
hit clutch shots. He's hit big moments. So you're looking at someone at that level, like we got a clutch shooter, a 40-point scorer, a 40% from three, an elite
Yeah, I got
defender.
you.
He can be a two guard or one guard. He can come off the bench. He can start for you. You can move they already increased their value. So now Don's like, remember you was trying to undercut me? Now call me again and let me see what that real offer is. Let me see what. Now I heard your bullshit offer.
You're right now. Let's
I
go.
heard the bullshit. Now bring the real offer. Listen, my hand is over the hang up button. I'm ready to hit end call. So you're on speakerphone. Give me the best offer, or I'm hitting the end button. Salute
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Deuce is underpaid. Mitch overpaid. God damn. Yo, David Smith, boy.
Hey,
Hey, he's doing his best impressions of two
it's
shots.
winning, boy.
He's
We lost a couple games, man, and they coming out with the
Listen, yo,
haymakers.
David Smith is on his Mad Max shit. He's on the
Hey, man. Hey, I'm
apocalypse.
all for it though. I'm all for it. I love it, man. I love this is man. If I could do this every day, boy, I would,
Hey,
man. I'll be talking to you guys every day.
hey, salute to Just Knicks. Yer. And we apologize for you guys. Listen, just like Brunson, I'm gonna take the heat. I've been totally responsible for not having all the shows being available. I am a daddy. I put my family
Oh
first.
man, I didn't even mean
No,
it
no,
like that, bro. I'm
I know you
sorry.
didn't, but it's true. Two Shots has been at it. The reason we haven't had as many shows, I'm gonna put it on my shoulders. But it's been, I'm usually the one that holds it off. But now that the season's over, everybody's going back to school. Now we can do our pod on the regular. We missed y'all. Y'all missed us. We got it. We about to do this. And this next 30 days, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's January 5th to February 5th. There's going to be some shit happening between there. So we'll see. We're going to keep an eye on it. LB at City and 89 says the thing with Deuce is I don't think we'll be able to pay him his extension next season. So we might have to trade him by the summer, unfortunately. And that is where you heard me
That's
talking
what.
about it. That is why I was mentioning Deuce and Mitch. I see you there, brother.
Yeah,
And we don't
yeah.
want to, but you got to think, what am I paying these guys? What am I paying Deuce? And listen, both players that you have to pay them. It's not like Mitch is on there. He's the number one rebounder in the game. And he's by far, you heard Mike Breen say, by far, especially with the amount of minutes he's playing. If he played a full
Offensive rebound.
offensive rebound and rebounding, but offensive rebound for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
He said by far. There's no one even close to Mitchell Robinson right now, and the fact that he's playing a small amount of minutes. If he averaged 30 minutes playing the way he does, no one's even close. So that's shooting his value
Yeah.
up. So he's definitely gonna get 18 or 20 for sure. Do we pay him or does someone else pay him? That's to see. You know, that's what we're gonna see. So that's what we're looking at now. Knicks are lit. We definitely appreciate it. So yeah, you got to pay now. Deuce McBride is one that look. If I gotta go to the second apron to pay the kid, I'm paying the kid over that second apron. Unless you're giving me,
Yeah, but
go ahead.
for Deuce, we have his bird rights, right?
Yeah, he's ours. He's ours.
Yes.
We drafted him. He ain't going nowhere. Which that's another thing.
So we
We
could use his bird rights and go over the apron. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
that's not a big deal. So we can pay him. So that's not the big deal. Same thing
Absolutely.
with Mitch too. Same thing with Mitch too. Unlike iHeart.
No,
iHeart we couldn't. That's why we lost him. We didn't have his
we
bird
didn't
rights.
have his bird rights.
That's why the other teams could pay him more money. That's why he left to OKC because we didn't have his bird rights. The most we could pay him, I think, was 87, and he left for 92, whatever, or 82,
For yeah, yeah.
whatever that difference. It was about 12 mil difference. But
About like 12. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Exactly.
with Bridges we have, Deuce McBride we have his bird rights. Same thing with Mitch. So that's what you look at. But now they know the value. So that point of what I was saying is that Leon knows because in the summer they were calling for Deuce. You saw the report saying that Deuce is off limits, right? Because people calling for Deuce are saying he's off limits. We posted out there. So a lot of teams are calling for Deuce. His value is through the roof. Now, unless you're
Yeah,
going to give me a great player, you know what I'm saying? Unless I need something. I need something. So we'll see how that works
yeah.
out there.
You want to play ball? It's gonna cost you.
Listen,
What is it? What was the saying?
the
What was
raw
that
don't
saying?
say that Raw says. Don't say you gotta get. I don't even.
No, 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 no. Scared money don't make money.
Yeah. You gotta pay to play, bro. You gotta pay to play. You ain't winning the lottery unless you scratch. Pause. David Smith says Mitch only plays 18 minutes and only half a season and has zero offensive game. Only pay him $7.5 million since he only plays half the season. God, Dave, my guy. I mean, just on his rebounds alone, he's got saved us in at least 8 games just this season alone. Just on offensive
My guy
rebounds.
is cutthroat.
Yo, he
My
is.
guy is
Listen,
cutthroat.
he's cutting Mitchell Robinson at the knees. Mitchell Robinson is 6'5"
Oh,
after David chopped his knees off. LBFY
boy.
City. We can get iHeart back. OKC is not picking up his team option. From what I've been hearing, they're choosing Dort over him. I can see that.
Mm.
I can definitely see that Dort is hitting close to 40% for three. He's a defender. He's a wing. Those are hard to come by. They're already over the apron. That's why I said that. Because iHeart, they paid everybody $250. Everybody got $250. You get $250. They were Oprah. You get $250. You get $250. Everybody got $250.
Look at your chair. That's 250 there.
Everybody got $250. So this is if they don't make it this year, that's it. He's gone. So that's someone who you can, do. Could we trade with OKC for iHeart? You get a Mitch, pay him a little bit cheaper, but we get there's a lot of things in play. There's a lot
And
of
then again, they could let that contract roll off the books. That's an additional 20 they get.
there's a lot
That's
of
not bad. I see you. I see. You know what? You remember that meme? That meme with the black guy or like this? I see.
You know what I'm
I see
saying?
you. I see you.
they don't always say I'm smart, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. I get that. I did say
How
at
did
Holiday.
they in? This could be you.
The only way Deuce is not in the roster anymore is Giannis is part of that trade. Listen, I'm pretty sure that they were.
Man, I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
I'm not. Listen, Deuce is too young and he's a future. He's a future piece and a championship piece. So let me see what he said.
My bad.
No,
Go ahead.
you good.
Go ahead.
Mitchell will be a
Finish.
salary dump for OKC. Then he goes into free agency. Listen, that's definitely possible. That's
I'm
definitely.
telling you, me and LB are in this situation. We right here.
Yeah, listen, I ain't mad at that. There's a lot of different things at play. All to say, all these are different options that we have to look at and our reality within these last 30 days. So it's gonna be interesting. We won't stay too long on this topic, but I see everybody's getting juiced, so we appreciate you. So it's options. Yeah.
Let's talk about these Pistons, man.
Go ahead.
What up?
Let's go into this Piston game. So the next game we got against that we have coming up, which is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let me
That's
go.
right. 7 o'clock
Go ahead.
on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
Oh my god. I got
No?
a pretty little that's waiting for me. So pull up.
Let's go. Let's go.
We are R&B fans here. Now listen, you got to pay to have me sing. I will blow up whatever speakers you're listening to. I'm gonna pop whatever speakers you got. You know what? My Mariah Carey note is Mariah's scary note. I'm breaking everything.
Oh.
Don't have no glass around me. I'm breaking all the dishes.
Yo, I've never heard that before. Mariah's scary. Yo, that's one for the books, boy. Wow.
All right, I ain't gonna do it. We wildin'. All right. Oh snap! Yo, we wildin'. Knicks versus Pistons tomorrow. Tomorrow is a tough game. We've had a couple of battles. Tomorrow's a gut check game. Tomorrow against the Pistons, we can play them at 7 o'clock. We're playing at Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's at Detroit. Yeah, at Detroit. So we're playing at their house. They're on a winning streak. They've won the last couple of games on there. They're number one. We're fighting for the number one position, number two. I don't think even if we beat them, we're not going to get their position because we're 3 games behind. Tomorrow's a gut check game. Tomorrow is where you got to have your A game. Tomorrow is where Cat can't do the complaining. Cat plays good against him. I think he can dominate Duren. Jalen Duren, or however you want to pronounce it, Jalen Duren. Tomorrow's going to be a tough matchup for Jalen Brunson. Cade is playing at an all-star level. He is balling, triple-double threat every night. Your boy that you wanted, the number 5 pick that they got, Ivy's playing pretty good. They got the talent. The Thompson brothers playing good. They're in their zone. They've had a second year playing together. Second year in the JB Bickerstaff. He's got them prepared, playing ready for the game. He's going in a coach, and he's fighting for his players. Detroit Pistons are locked and loaded. They look like how Cleveland looked last year. They're looking good early.
Mm.
They're looking good early. They just beat Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday or the day before. So they've been on the road. They beat Miami, I think, the other day. So, Duran is out tomorrow. Salute to David. He said Duran is out tomorrow.
Oh,
Listen, if
That's a major
Duran is
piece.
out, listen, Cat,
Wait,
barbecue
why is he
chicken.
out?
I don't care.
Is it injury or is it serious?
No, I don't think it's anything serious. Who knows? We'll look it up. He said he's ruled out for tomorrow. That's maybe Beastu. If Beastu's in the game, he's gonna try to be physical.
He likes to ball out
But
against
listen,
us.
that's the type of player who can try to get Cat out of his game. Cat has to stay focused if he's playing him. He's someone that likes to get in people's head game. Get into their mental space. Tomorrow's gonna be a gut check for Cat. Although I think Cat is gonna dominate him offensively, pull up game in the paint, get him in foul trouble. I don't think offensively is gonna be an issue with Cat. I would like to see him dominate the mental matchup with whoever he plays tomorrow. That's what I'm going to look at for Cat. I'm going to look at his closeouts on defense and rotations. He's been better. He's not great, but he's been better. So we got to give props for when he does what he does. So he's been doing really good. He says Duran is injured. So we'll see. Is Stewart playing, how they're playing. They got good rotation. They've been playing good. They've been winning without him, whether he's injured or not. So it's going to be good to see, which he's on a contract option too. Jalen Duran is up for a contract. They didn't pay him, and now he bet on himself, and he is balling. They're going to have to pay that dude.
Ah.
So they didn't want to give him his extension, and they messed up on not giving him that extension. Uh,
Oh
LeVar's,
wow, they got a lot of players out.
hey, listen,
That's only beneficial to us.
that we ain't
But
gonna cry about it. We ain't gonna cry.
no, definitely not. Karis LeVert is another Nick killer.
Yep. Tobias Harris matches up good too. He's still a good, even though Cat dominates him. You still can't. That is a trap game though. That's Machete's favorite term, a trap game. That one for sure. You got the number one team. These other players out. Just like when we had our players out, people were like, we can beat the Knicks, and we play to the end. So they're not at number one for no reason. You got to respect that, and we just got to come aggressive in 48 minutes. These last 3 games that we've lost, the losses we had, it's only because of 48 minutes of play. That's it. Whether it's referees, the crying for fouls, it's 48 minutes of basketball. If we could play 48 minutes of basketball, no one can stop the Knicks on that. That's 48 minutes. But the little lapses, the 2 minutes, the taking your foot off the gas, the all that is, we have to, this next half of the season, it's defense and can we play 48 minutes. That's what I'm looking for now. So these next 30 games to trade deadline, I'm looking at how we play 48 minutes, and the rotations we're playing is pretty good. Tomorrow's a good Diawara show-up game. If Josh is out, they got players, Amon Thompson. Tomorrow's a good game that you can see a McCullough Diawara, because they got a lot of young players that are crafty and skilled. So I think tomorrow is a good game for Diawara and McCullough because they're young defense, they're scrappy. Detroit is a young team, physical and very scrappy, very fast-paced team. So we need some young players to kind of slow them down a little bit. So we'll see. The Pistons beat the Cavs. Oh, it was today. I knew it was something. I was watching it. They beat them today. So the Pistons beat the Cavs today, which tomorrow's going to be a back-to-back for them. So they played the Cavs tonight. They beat the Cavs, and then they got us tomorrow. That's a tough schedule for them. To have the Cavs with the injury and beat them, and then they're going to play us, they still got confidence. So you can't take that with a grain of salt out there. Salute to Dorkosaurus Rex. Appreciate you in the building. The Pistons are the real deal this year. They are young, athletic, and physical. Good matchup for Hookporty, Cat. Watch out for Sasser. Sasser has been the low-key sleeper. They got Sasser. Sasser's the one that no one's really been talking about, but the kid he's got some moxie. Sasser is a good killer. He's very aggressive. So it's going to be a good competition for the young players and for Cat. Cat should be north of 25 tomorrow. He has to take. This is a Cat game tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be tougher for Brunson with with Cade. Cade coming in a taller player. Amon Thompson. They're going to be capitalizing on Brunson. So tomorrow's a game. Tomorrow needs to be a Mike Brown game. A typical Mike. The rotation. Brunson off the ball. Mikal Bridges bringing up the ball. Deuce bringing up the ball. That's what we need to see. So early first quarter, second quarter, we need to see someone else bringing up the ball besides Brunson and more for ball movement. So if we see that tomorrow, that's going to be the key to beating Detroit. Playing off the ball, Brunson playing off the ball. He'll get the touch again. Just don't bring it up. Run around the screen, pick. I need to see his best Steph Curry impression tomorrow. Is what we need to see tomorrow. And then when it comes time to the game clutch, do what you do. Kill the kids. You know what I'm saying? Kill whoever you got. Fourth quarter, Mr. Clutch, Captain America. All that good shit is good. But Bridges and Cat are going to be my players to watch tomorrow. Bridges and Cat need to be the ones to play. OG, if OG gives us 20, we balling. But Bridges needs to be up there with his 3, the little midi floater. We're going to need that midi floater tomorrow. If he can get that midi floater going, if you see 2 midi floaters from him, he's going to be on tomorrow. So that's what I got tomorrow. I'm looking for Cat and Bridges. Those are my players to watch tomorrow. I think Deuce plays a big game tomorrow too. We're going to need everybody to play. And I'm looking to see what the young guys can do defensively. If they give us anything offensively, I'm okay with. If they have a big game, phenomenal, great. But I don't think they'll have as big of a play. I would love to see it though. But if they can be aggressive defensively, chippy, diving at the ball, forcing turnovers, forcing mistakes, McCullough and Diawara, that's what I'm going to be looking for. What are some of your thoughts, 2 shots on the game tomorrow? Knowing these players are out, Cade, has been playing like a monster. How does that game look like to you tomorrow?
Yeah, man. I mean, you hit a lot of good points. I'm not sure I can add much to that, but what I can say is my keys to the game is gonna be more towards uh, maybe coaching, maybe Jalen Brunson. I'm looking for a little less 3 pointers because I believe we've been stinking it up behind the 3 point line, and I want a little more mid range. So you mentioned Nikhil. I'm looking at Jalen Brunson in the mid range. I'm looking at Cat in the mid range.
Even Kolek.
OG. Oh yeah, Kolek also mid range. Or more layups. I want him to get to the basket.
Yep.
But OG for me, I need OG to regain that shooter touch that he's always had. Um, I haven't been one to be too hard on OG no more, but because OG just does so much for the team, I just don't want to pile on. But if OG can kind of wake up and get back to who he was, that would be a great boost for us. I'm hoping Josh Hart comes back. We need his defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, rebounds in general. We need him. Uh, yeah, and I mean, you basically had everything, bro. Like, only thing that I can really add is that, and I'm hoping that we can come out with a win. I'm not really too worried about the Pistons. I know that they're balling out. They got shooters and whatnot, but I think we got it, man. We got the experience, and we're in our prime still. They're getting into their prime. We're in our prime,
Yeah.
so we should handle them.
Yeah, and I mean this is their second year too, so their second year playing with all their players. Which I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised that Detroit is playing this well, considering they lost Tim Hardaway, Beasley, major players as far as veterans because their youth wasn't ready, and for their youth players to be this far advanced, I gotta give props to the youth players this year. The youth players have exceeded and a bunch of teams that they're playing. I'm not giving credit to AAU, but they've been prepared. Whatever the coaching is, they got them ready faster. You know what I mean? Like they're fast tracking to playing and getting minutes, where typically you'd see it take 3-4 years, maybe their 5th year. Like Jalen Johnson started to come out now in his 5th year, but some of the players in the last 2 years have been impressive. I'll give them that they're farther along. Dorkosaurus Rex says, good luck with the mid-range against Detroit. Listen, their defense is crazy. I think if you can get them overcommitting, on a screen when they're trying to come in and, close up after you get past them on a screen, it's going to be on a pick and roll screen. That's the only way you're going to get, the pull-up game. You're not going to get on an individual crossover. Their one-on-one defense is too good. It has to be on screens and picks. That's the only way you're going to get the pick and roll or a pass off of a pick. That's the only way you're going to get the middies. Mikhal's good enough for that. So we can do it. Mikhal's good at it. some of the guards are, but it's always off a pick. You're not gonna do it on one-on-ones. You're not gonna get the Thompson brother on a one-on-one and then pull up a midi on him. He's gonna close out on you. Cade is a great closeout. They're great thieves. They got great defense, great hands for steals. Cade has been a menace this year, so they're playing really good. It's gonna be a great matchup to watch. Injured, not injured, we still don't got Josh. Who knows if Mitch plays? You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's going to go on? So it's just a challenge either way. That part of the season, that part of the grind. I think we can get a win. I think it's a tough one, but this is going to be a gut check for us. This is a 48-minute game that if we can play it, and hopefully if there's a lull in the game, that the rookies come in and give that energy. The Diawara comes diving, McCullard, because they gave us that lift and boost before. So that's why I'm mentioning them, and I think they can give us a little advantage there. But I think we can get that W. I think the way, considering how we played San Antonio with multiple players out and still ahead of them with 16, we just took our foot off the gas. 48 minutes would have been great. With Atlanta, with those lapses and crying, we have 48 minutes, even though minus 3 players, we still could have been something different. So 48 minutes and some good defense. But I got us with a W. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be hard for a W, but then again, it is Detroit's back-to-back game. You got to take advantage of that too. It is a tough opponent, and if they're on a back-to-back game, you got to take advantage of that, like Philly did with us. Philly didn't take no shorts. We were on a second game in the back-to-back. We played a tough game against Atlanta before that. You can't cry for the opponent. You just got to go out there and strike and kill. So tomorrow's a game that you just got to go out there and execute. Take them out to the back of the barn. Can. If you have horses, anyway. If you get the expression, let me know. If not, whatever. Nonetheless, appreciate you, Dorkosaurus. Appreciate you. Hopefully you liked and subscribe on there. We appreciate you. I see you out there. Appreciate your commenting. It's a war out tomorrow. We need them young kids. I agree.
You had a good point with the athleticism. We are going to need the kids with the athleticism and whatnot.
That's all I was saying, Diawara and McCullard. Like, they're fast, they're athletic, and to match up, you got to match youth too. So as good as we are, there's a lot of minutes played on Cat, Brunson, and those are youthful players, and they don't really have defense set for them. You know what I mean? They really don't know what they can do. So that gives us an advantage where you know what Brunson's going to do, you know what Cat's going to do, so you can scheme for that. Where a Diawara who's diving on the floor, shooting threes, switching players, you got McCullard diving on the floor. You got Kolek who's running off screens, catching threes, floaters, drops. You can't really plan for what they're doing, so that would help us out with their breaking down some of their defense. So I look for those three to play heavy tomorrow. That would be pretty good to see. That's all I got, man. But I think I got a win for that on there. I'm going to see if we can come back a little bit more this week on there. The next game, and then we got Wednesday against the Clippers. Clippers have been balling too. Clippers has been on one. They're redeeming. I think Kawhi just dropped 55 or something ridiculous like that a couple of games ago. So Kawhi is back on his Kawhi bullshit. It looks like he cashed in that $28 million check from that appearance. That no-show appearance. He must have got that check cleared. His one-time appearance company that paid him $28 million and then went bankrupt. That's not suspicious. Let's go. Let's see if they wave Chris Paul so we can pick him up for no money. Wave Chris Paul. Let's go. That's gonna.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's gonna be another tough game. What do you think about that on Wednesday? Maybe we do WhatsApp Wednesday and we talk after the game. I think we might do that. 7:30 to 9:30. We'll talk about that after the game. But that Clippers game, how does that look like to you? Harden's playing well. They're rolling.
Yeah, no, I haven't been keeping up too much with the Clippers lately. But anytime we go on the West Coast, like we're going to them, right?
Yeah. No. They're playing at the Garden. No, they're playing at the Garden. That's a Garden game.
Oh.
We're playing at Detroit tomorrow, but then Wednesday we come back home.
That changes things then. So, I mean, I'm optimistic for a win if that's the case. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with the Clippers, so I don't know much about them. I can't really speak on that. I'm sorry.
Hey, Dorkosaurus says last thing we need on this team is a 40-year-old 6'0" point guard. Damn.
Hey man, no man, I can't agree with that, brother. I mean, if we pick him up in a like a waiver wire situation, whatever, he's free. We bring him on. He's gonna be invaluable when it comes to Kolek. Like you already know I'm Kolek Hive. I love Kolek. I love his
He's a
style of play.
clutch 3-point shooter, and he can get this. I don't know. I'm with that.
Dude, they Kolek is a unpolished young version of Chris Paul. And I mean that, and I'm kind of reaching because Chris Paul, when he came into the league, he had the handles, the mid range, all of that. He was just phenomenal off jump. But I'm comparing their vision is more what I'm doing, like their passing ability. And if you can get Chris Paul to mentor Kolek and maybe teach him the ways on like how to create separation on the mid range, because Kolek to me is still lacking that. He still gets blocked like when he shoots a mid range or he goes up for layups. If you could have a Chris Paul mentor him and teach him little nuances
Wait a minute. Wait.
to kind of like get that step and be able to create that separation, forget it,
Hey,
dude.
hold on, Dork.
Kolek would be Chris Paul 2.0.
Hey, Dorkosaurus Rex says you would play Chris Paul against Dyson Daniel. Come on, for real, bro. You talking about Chris Paul, the NBA steals leader?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, the 20 assists a game. Chris Paul, the clutch 3-point shooter. Obviously the hamstring, and he's obviously 40. So I'm not saying you give him 40 minutes, but you got a dude that can hit 3-pointers, crazy assists, number one steals leader. He will teach Dyson Daniels how to steal. He would steal from Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is good. Dyson Daniels is good. The Great Barrier Thief. I like the kid. He got a little, he got a little too cocky with Brunson, and Brunson is cool in the kid. He's a good kid, but he's no Chris Paul. Dyson Daniels will need to play for 15 years to catch Chris Paul steals. Let's look at some highlights of Chris Paul after this show. Let's go back and look at some highlights, Dorkosaurus. I love you, my guy. Come on now. Paul would not get any time. He'd be a locker room guy, mentor. That's all I think he'd want. He'd want that role. Listen, we're not saying to steal minutes.
That's what I want.
We're not saying for him to steal minutes. If he can come here, but listen, if you throw him out there for
I just said mentor Kolek.
if you throw him out there for 6-7 minutes, he might get a double in 6 minutes. I'm telling you, he'll get Mitch involved. You don't sleep on the kid. You guys are sleeping on this Hall of Famer, bro. Let me, Dyson Daniels tore the Knicks starters apart the other night. We were missing some players. We were missing 3 starters. So to say that
a lot of players.
we missed Cat wasn't playing, Mitchell wasn't playing, Josh Hart wasn't playing. So when you only have 2 real starters,
Shamit, throw Shamit in there too.
Shamit played So let's be real, Dorkosaurus Rex. If it was a starting 5 and Dyson Daniels was demolishing us, I'll give you that. But we were missing 3 starters.
Yeah.
We were missing 3 starters.
Yeah,
Let's keep it real. I'm with you, my guy. But we were missing 3 starters. Okay? All they missed was Trae Young. Everybody else was balling on their team.
And the key bench piece.
Anarchy. I'm a Knicks fan. It is what it is.
Yo, don't forget Shamit, bro. I'm here for it.
Now, we with you, Dorkosaurus. It's all love. Listen, we chat, we rebuttal. Listen, it's all love here. If your first time here, or chat, we vibe here. We clown each other. We, you know what I'm saying? We shit on each other's takes. But it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Trust us. Stay tuned in. Put the bell notification. You're going to see us going off. Pretty soon. We're probably going to go left. We fight all the time, but it's fun. We have fun. We appreciate your takes. We read it. We go with it.
They are better without trade. See?
Keith says, you think he's going to want that role? Listen, he's about to retire. He's about to retire. What you're going to be in the Garden to retire? You remember what happened with Rasheed Wallace when he was going to retire? Yo, Sheed, you want to play some? How was the crowd when he came out? You don't think he's going to want that rather than being sent home?
Electric.
Bro, he would take that role. Last year as a mentor, and then you bring him in as an and you can bring him as an assistant if he wanted to, which he won't play in New York. But I'm just saying, when we can make the last 6 months of his career better than what's happening now, you could you could get him for nothing. Give him a chance to win a ring. Give him 6-7 minutes. Playoff comes about. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Mike Brown doing his best Woodson impression. Hey, Paul, you want to play some? You want to play some, Paul? I'm trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? They are better without Trey. Listen, I'm not doubting you on that.
Y'all better.
I'm not doubting you on
I'm not.
that.
I can't fight. I can't fight you, bro. Like it is what it is.
Listen, why veteran Knicks fans want a shorter than one before? Listen, I'm not saying I'm height challenged, but I'm repping for you know what I'm saying, the under 6'1" guys. How about that? Anybody under 6'1", I'm rolling with.
Hey Rex. I'm just gonna give you a little pushback here. We're not advocating for Chris Paul to play 40 minutes a night. We're not advocating for Chris Paul to play 30 minutes a night or 20 minutes a night. On a good night, he'll get 10 minutes, if that.
But and
We're not advocating for him to take Jalen Brunson's role.
but
All I'm gonna say is, I want Chris Paul and the Knicks to mentor Kolek, meaning
but hold on.
he not gonna get burned.
Hold on.
He'll get burned when we're up by 30. He'll get burned when we're down by 30. You know what I'm saying? I want him to mentor
But wait,
Kolek. That's
but
all.
hold on. But I'm gonna give a little kickback. I'm gonna do like a horse. I'm kicking back a little. Okay. Only listen. Let's not act like Chris Paul wasn't starting earlier this year. Let's not play like he wasn't starting.
Talk on it.
Let's not act like he wasn't a starter last year and played almost every game of the season with Wembayama. Let's not act like he didn't improve that team. It's not like he's been a bench player for 3-4 years. He was just starting and played like 70 games last year in the West Coast. So, I mean, if we're going to talk, this isn't someone who just got washed. He was literally starting last year. He just chose to go to L.A. because his family lives in L.A. He could go anywhere else and ball out. And I get he's been a long time. But if we're going to be real, he's playing better on his last year than LeBron is. All right, I'm going to end that there. Just a little spark out there. I'm a little haymaker. He's playing better on his last 2 years of his career than LeBron. But I'm going to let y'all sit on that. LB says, I prefer Jose Alvarado. He's from here, so he knows the assignment. Okay, I don't mind him either, but where's he going to play? We're talking about a guard. If you can add Chris Paul for playoff reasons and possible if somebody gets hurt, assists and steals, that's the only reason I said. And I said if they waive him. I didn't say we move any pieces for him. I said if they waived him. I didn't say we break.
That's the key thing right here. He mentioned Alvarado. We're gonna have to trade for Alvarado, and if we trade for Alvarado, that's a lateral movement at best. You're not getting any better. If Chris Paul is waived and we pick him up, he's coming in for free. We're not giving him nothing. And again, I reiterate, he's gonna be riding the bench, mentoring the youth. With the youth, with the athleticism and the height and all that you mentioned, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking him up for his knowledge, for him to bring up the next player, not to take over a role. I mean, we got to put things in perspective here.
Hey, salute to Dorkosaurus Rex. He says, brother man, I'm playing better than LeBron James right now. Facts. I mean, I haven't seen you play, but listen. I probably wouldn't doubt it on there. Salute to Dino431. First time in the building. That means you automatically subscribe and hit bell notifications here, Dino. We already know. I'm going to go into the notifications so they're going to be like, yo, you got a new subscriber. Dino and Dorkosaurus Rex, they subscribe and they hit the bell notification. Appreciate you, my guy. Dino says, need Josh back. Absolutely. But just like Mitchell Robinson, you don't rush that. You already seen the value of what Josh brings to your team. 9-1, 15-4, the ridiculous record. You need to rest him and make sure he's 100. Make sure his back's good. Make sure his ankle's good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure his underwear ain't too tight with Tommy Johns.
What did Bridges say? What did Bridges say?
He was,
grown man.
Make sure his Tommy Johns.
Yo, they're a bunch of clowns, bro.
Listen,
I
they need to make
swear.
sure his thumb is healed from Brunson. Culo. He's got a thumb
From
injury.
Thumbgate. We're gonna call it Thumbgate.
Thumb gate. Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Keith Watkins says, I'm not saying I would want him. I'm saying I don't think he would want to play that role here when he can probably play for some contender Houston Lakers. Listen, I agree.
I
I don't
agree.
doubt
I
you.
agree.
I agree with you, especially if it's in the West Coast, especially if it's in LA. He's already proven he doesn't want to leave LA. I just said if they happen to waive him and he's willing to come and play the role and have a nice retirement party for 6 months, yo, we celebrate him here. You know what I'm saying? You know, New York fans, good, bad, or indifferent, you know, we turn up. We don't care who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had a lot of people wear this jersey, even if it was for 1 year. We could go down the list of a lot of players who, like, which Nick this was. That we could,
Andrea Bargnani.
you had to bring that up.
I had to bring him up. I had to bring him up.
It.
Hey man, this is what I grew up watching.
Hey,
Feel me?
we gave you one, Keith. We gave you one. He said 3, 2, 1 left. We had to give you one in the show today. Ambulances, let's go. Thumbgate 2000, let's go. Is Brunson injured or something? He seems less aggressive. It's not that he's less, which is, listen, that's ironic. Most people are saying he's being too aggressive.
He's too aggressive, yeah.
He's
He's ball hogging. He's pounding the air out of the ball.
some say he's pounding it. Listen, Dino, appreciate you giving some feedback. But Brunson is playing with a lot of different players in these last couple of games. He had the one game against Atlanta where it was just him, and I mean he only had 2 starters, and most everybody was out on that. So he's had to do a lot of different adjustments while still giving you Brunson's number with whoever's in the game. So it's been a tough adjustment for him while still giving you All-Star, trying to be in the MVP conversation. By the way, he was still the best player in the Eastern Conference for the month. So even with
For the month, yeah.
even with all these said less aggressiveness, he still made player of the month for the East. You know what I'm saying? Did Maxey feel some kind of way that he tried to go off against Brunson? Maybe he felt slighted. Who knows? But
Hey Rex, I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you real quick, but Rex, respectfully, you could take that comment and shove it somewhere.
why?
You hate Precious. I don't want nothing to do with Precious.
And it's all jokes, Dorcas. We don't. He didn't really mean that. We just joke around. He doesn't like
Oh,
Precious.
yeah.
We
I'm
joke
fooling.
around. Don't take it
talking
personal.
around.
We don't be.
But I mean what I say. I don't want Precious.
He don't like
You
Precious.
can keep that. You can keep Precious in Sacramento
Listen.
for the rest of my life for all I care.
Listen, I'm not drinking what he's drinking on that one. I wouldn't mind Precious. I like Precious last year. I think this system he would play very well. In the minutes that he's getting defensively, I think he would be very good. I think he'd be Diawara-esque, just a better defender.
Oh, come.
Bro, how many dunks did he have? How many dunks did he have against on fast breaks? He is very good. He slept on. You guys are sleeping on him. I like
Hey
that.
man. I don't want to rag on nobody because he's in the NBA. I'ma just let's just skip this topic.
I agree. There's nothing special, but who would you rather have? Yabu or Precious? If that was your only choice.
All right, so I
I saw you gulp.
okay, so do I wanna die by drowning or do I wanna die by fire? Which okay. What are you doing? Either way, I'm dying.
Hey, listen, Precious might be the water. I'm not trying to get burnt. I'd rather drown. I'm going with Precious.
You rather drown? Oh, well, fuck it then. Let's drown.
I'm not trying to be no chicken McNugget. I'm going with Precious. I'll go with Precious. I'll see it.
Listen. We'll jump off the deep end if you want. I'm cool with it. Whatever.
I can hold my breath longer than I can with being burnt. I'll tell you that one.
I would. I thought.
LB says Precious will fit better under Mike Brown than he did with Thibodeau. I agree. Precious Achua dunk and Isaiah Stewart last year. Facts. Fast break. He's out, and he had a couple of them on fast breaks.
Get out of here with that, man. Come on, man.
Dino says yes. Precious is better than Yabo. I agree. If Yabu not hitting his threes, he's useless. Ooh, I didn't say that, but
But that's facts.
Keith
That's
says,
facts.
PSA to all new members, please avoid bringing up Precious or Podcast T. We trying to keep Two Shots blood pressure down. Thank you. Yeah, Precious Two Shots loses it for Precious. Keep bringing it up.
Hey,
Come on,
since
just
he brought him up, since he brought him
no. Come
up,
on.
fuck. But nah, I got you. I got
Go
you. I
ahead.
got you. Hey man, I haven't done it all pod, but real quick, fuck podcast T.
If you guys don't know who Podcast T is, it's Tom Thibodeau. We joke like Podcast P in his podcast. Now that he's not coaching and employed, we say he has his own podcast, Podcast T. So that's, if you hear say Podcast T, we're talking about Tom Thibodeau. So catch any of our old shows, and you'll see Two Shots
Hey,
really loves.
hey, that I was gonna skip it, but homie brought him up, so I had to take my one shot. You
Two
know what I'm
Shot has
saying?
a special place in his heart for Podcast T.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm not
yeah,
gonna
right here, right here.
I'm not
Hold on,
gonna
hold
let
on,
this
hold
show.
on, right,
I ain't gonna let this
right
show
here,
keep
right
going.
here.
Wow.
You know how that goes. You know how that goes.
Anyway, yo, you as wildin'. We might be coming out. Maybe we do a WhatsApp Wednesday. We'll see if we do WhatsApp Wednesday for after the Detroit show. The best move is trade Yabu for Patcom for Sadiq Bey. I totally agree with that. That'll be a phenomenal move. I
Rex,
don't know.
Rex, you got some good homies. You got some good homies.
We all appreciate all of you. Is Sadiq Bey a good defender? Yes, he is. And he played with Brunson. And he's a Nova Nick. Well, he could be a Nova Nick, but he's definitely a Nova. So there's a lot of smoke there, in my opinion. I think there's smoke there. I won't say there's a fire, but I'm smelling some wood burning. We'll see about that. But you got to see, are they gonna take Yabu? Are they gonna take Yabu? Are they gonna be like, yo, this is a come up for us? Or would they do it with a Padcom and say, all right, we're getting a young kid. We can see how he does this year, and then we can waive him. And then we got some young talent with that move. So we'll see. That's something kind of interesting we'll see on there. Sadiq Bey is inefficient on offense. No defense is the last thing we need right now. We had enough scoring. We need more defense and athleticism. We'll see. It's a good stuff. Sadiq is not a good defender, bro. He's coming off an ACL tear, playing on the Pelicans. That's why I said the ACL is. No, Shamit. Oh, Dino, you had me, Dino. That's it. I'm gonna need you to unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Nah, Patcom for sure. Shamit is too good of a player, defensively and three, for us to get rid of him. I'd rather, he's a deuce light. He's a deuce light. Better at three than Deuce, which is hard to say because Deuce is hitting 40%. But him and Deuce are very similar. They're very similar. They play well together. That's why you can't really get rid of Deuce and Shamit. They're very good, and you get them both for cheap. So you can't get rid of those. So very interesting.
He's the Diet McBride.
Diane McBride. So I like that there. So we'll be doing. Listen, if you guys are first timers here, we usually do Friday around 5 p.m. Is when we do our shows. Friday 5 p.m. We do Sunday, which is today. So Sundays we call it Saucy Smoke 'em Sober Sunday. So if you smoking, if you see my brother, he's usually smoking. You can guess on what. And if you drink something that's your leisure, or you can be sober like me, where I sound like I'm drunk or high, but I'm sober. I promise. Salute the Two Shots. Appreciate you. Dina says, not saying Shamit is bad. His value is probably high. Maybe we can get something nice. I agree with you, but you remember, you're gonna have to. You're trading scoring and defense. What are you gonna get back in that return? Scoring and defense, especially in the guard position, for that price is incredibly hard to find. Which is why we're trying to get him a defender and scoring, accurate, and who hustles on defense. He's a great switch defender. He screens, he cuts, all the stuff he does. He's doing what Dante was doing for 1/6 of the price. See what I did there? 2 shots, 1/6, huh? Anyway.
I hate.
Okay, so that's just what I'm saying. So Shamit is a perennial scrub, negative DPM every year he's been in the league. God, dude, Dorcasaurus, yo, he got the
Rex is
shotgun
going off.
shells. He is loading up. Playing
Yo,
good defense
the
is the
whole
big.
chat is going off today.
Yo, I'm trying to end the show, but these guys keep coming up with haymakers each time I'm trying to close out. Shamit playing good defense is the biggest lie in the NBA.
Rex is on one, bro.
Rex, what? Listen, sober smoke 'em Sunday. Let me know what you are on, cause it is not. That is not a natural reaction. My man is sauced. You got to be sauced up a little bit, a little swiggy. It's Sunday. Maybe he's off tomorrow. Maybe he doesn't work on Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's feeling good right now. He doesn't work tomorrow.
I don't know, man.
Who
But
does
Rex
Shamit
is
lock
coming
up,
with the
sir?
haymakers.
Shamit's played good defense, my guy. You don't think that Shamit has played very good defense? I would. I mean, I can't give you the game now, but any game that he's played very good defense. I didn't say he's locked. I didn't say he's a lockdown defender, but I'll say, way above average defender. Above average. The numbers back me up. Look up his defensive metrics. Metrics can be skewed. I'll challenge you this. Your numbers may be good to you, but look at any game that Shamit has played today and tell me his impact. Tell me what your eye test tells you. Tell me what your eye test tells you and the plus minus in that game that he's played. I'll challenge you that, and we'll look at next game we come back on Dorkosaurus. Look at the games he's played this year, like with the Knicks before his injury. Look at his plus minus and let me know the impact on how he affected that game, and let me know if that tells you anything different. But listen, you can be agree on. You're looking at 0 blocks Knicks last season, not even 1.
Yeah, that's a very narrow view right there, Rex. I can't back you up on that one.
I agree with you. The numbers back that up, but look at the impact on the game and look at his plus minus in the games he's played. Those numbers are going to back you up for sure. Look at those.
You can't just hang your hat on steals or blocks or whatever. You have to look at the whole picture.
And and you're looking at last year. How many games did he miss last year? Did he have surgery and was he injured last year? Did he miss games because of the shoulder last year? That takes a lot of hits when you're missing the games on there. Did he miss games this year with an injury? That's also going to skew your numbers on there. Why the Suns didn't keep him? Because they got picks for him. Who did they get? They got rid of him, but they got somebody in exchange for that, just like they did with Bridges.
I don't remember. Anyway. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not. Okay. I'm kind of like teetering with Rex. Like he makes good points.
I agree with him on the numbers. He's correct. On the numbers, he's correct. But you're looking at a whole season, Rex, with those numbers. You're looking at
correct. No, but the way I see it is he's looking at it very narrow. Like again, you have to look at it because defense is not just a one player thing; it's a team thing.
Yeah, but
you got to look at how the team performs with him on the floor and with him off the floor. Now I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the plus minus is a better indicator instead of just focusing on blocks and steals. And then again, obviously you got to look at the eye test. Again, how do we perform with him on the floor as opposed to him off the floor? Yep. I think that's a little bit better. But he does make some good points.
I'm not
I think he's taking it a bit far.
On the points, I agree with him. I said on the numbers he's looking at, it's good. He's correct on the numbers. But he missed a lot of games last year. The shoulder injury, which was again a freak accident, just like this year. It's not like he's out there and he has a finger and his Achilles or something. It's 2 freak accidents, the same injury back to back. That was a hard screen that should have been called a flagrant and a moving screen. They didn't call it. Whatever it is, it's out. But my question to you, Dorkosaurus, is look at the games he's played with the Knicks. Look at the positive minus in those teams and look at his value. Did he impact the game and winning in that game? And then let me know. And the answer is going to be yes. Numbers, some of them are skewed here and there, so we'll look at that. But nonetheless, because we'll go on here forever, and I got to go to sleep because I got to take my kids to school and all this other stuff because I'm a daddy here. We appreciate love. Dorkosaurus Rex, I appreciate you commenting. Dino, appreciate you in the chat. Old man Nick, appreciate you, my brother. Nostalgic. Just Knicks. I'm trying to go down here. Where is it? Okay, got all you guys. Just Knicks. LB NYC.
LB, yeah.
Appreciate you, LB. Let me keep going here. Where we at? Damn, a lot of
David Smith, HRM the Great.
Yep. Keep going. Nostalgic. Appreciate you. Just Knicks again. I mentioned you guys, HRM. Appreciate all you guys in the building. Appreciate you. Big
On Dios.
on
We said on
Dios.
Dios?
So yeah, on Dios. I didn't say on Dios. How could I forget you, my guy? Appreciate you. This has been a fun chat. Probably one of the most comments that we've had in a while. Appreciate y'all. Salute y'all and a devoted Shamit hater. We can respect that. I can respect that because you own it up. There's nothing wrong with that.
He said that? He said that? Hold on,
He
hold on.
said
I didn't see
salute to
that. Hold
y'all,
on.
a devoted Shamit hater. He's a Shamit hater.
Oh, okay.
I can respect that if that's how you
I,
feel.
I appreciate you keeping it real. You know
Listen,
that means that we could have a discussion.
listen, welcome, my friend. We do not, we disagree and agree all the time. And listen, you have points. We agree to disagree. We read your stuff.
He has some good
You can
points.
have points. We can be on. We have fun. It's a conversation. We are family out here. We are family, familia. Bienvenido to la familia. Like, subscribe, put the bell notifications because we jump on all times, different time frames on this. So a lot of fun out here. We joke. We do things a little different than most podcasts, but we respect all the other podcasts. We joke. We family. We constantly fighting. You missed the other two crazy ones who ain't here. We would have been here 3-4 hours. This chat, we probably would have been going on to midnight with the other two for sure. So, nonetheless, out there.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Knicks Pistons. What does that look like to you? A W, a L?
Yeah, man, I got a hard fought W on that one.
I got a W on that one. That one's gonna be hard. For 48 minutes, that it's gonna be a real tough one. But I definitely got a dub on that. Clippers, Knicks, Wednesday.
I don't know. That one I don't know. Because if the claw is playing how you say he's playing, then it's gonna be hard. I don't think we're gonna come up with a victory on that one.
That's gonna be a tough one. That one's tough. That one's a tough one. I can see a L on that one. I can see us playing really hard against the Pistons. That's going to be a back-to-back for them. So I can see us getting a W on that one on a back-to-back, getting into some kind of rhythm. We need to be playing on our A game for the Clippers. They're beatable. They're not going to run on defense, so I think our running style can slow them down. With a lot of running they're too old to be running after some of us, so we're a little bit younger than that squad. So I think we can outrun them and get them tired enough that we can win that game. So I can get us with a W on that one. And then that gets us in rhythm for Friday we'll see if we do WhatsApp Wednesday. For sure we do another pod. They're going to be playing at 9 o'clock Friday, so we'll probably do a pod before that if you can. We'll see. Then we got the Suns. So these next three games, we definitely got to be in rhythm and in our A game. We can't slack. So 2 big West Coast opponents and then the number 1 team in the East. These next 3 games are going to be critical starting tomorrow. So it's got to be a tough week, and we really got to be playing on our A game this week. So I think some of the rest for Mitchell Robinson was some of that you see him trying to get everybody geared and lined up for these games. But we're going to see some big ones here. We'll be back at it again. Any for your final outro, final thoughts for you, sir, this week? Players of the week. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanna take a second to thank I just wanna take a
Don't get
second
emotional.
to thank
You're gonna cry. It's okay.
no, I just got I forgot to take a swig of water before I started. But I wanted to I wanted just to take a second to thank y'all in the chat, man. Y'all make this a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys. If you liked it, give us a like. If you liked it, consider following. You know what I'm saying? We trying to grow the channel a little bit. Get more people, more eyeballs into this, and hopefully we could build a bigger community. And we could, we got some things in the works that we want to put out there, but it's taking a little bit. So if you can help us out with the likes and the shares and the subscribes and all of that, we greatly do appreciate it because it's a lot of fun for me. And if I could do this every day, I would. I swear to you. So hopefully we can make that a reality.
He has been.
But yeah, man, I want to thank you guys for.
He has been advocating for
Yeah,
it.
man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Live gang, replay gang, whatever you are, I thank you. And yeah, go Knicks, man.
Let's go. We appreciate you. You heard what he said. We're trying to grow the channel. I ain't gonna say like, subscribe. If you want to do it, you can. But hit the bell notification because that lets you know when we on and we have a lot of fun. We do be chopping it up. If you hate laughing, you hate having fun, we're probably not gonna be the podcast.
We're
for
not
you.
the one for you.
We're not the one for you. If you like joking, having fun, you know what I'm saying? Argue a little bit, get the passion out. Let's go. But we are
Get
trying
the
to grow.
juices flowing.
We are trying to grow. We're not quite Knicks Nation right now. Right now we're Knicks State. So we're trying to get the you know what I'm saying? We're Knicks State, but we're not Knicks Nation yet. We're trying to grow the nation. Nonetheless, we have fun here. We like clowning. Appreciate you guys. Live gang, replay gang. It ain't no us without you guys. Salute to our other panelists who tried to jump on and held it down as much as they could. Salute to you guys. You guys stay bundled up and cold if you're out there. We're in the coldest state of the U.S. We're out here in Florida where it's 71 degrees and we're freezing out here. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that...
Wow. Here we go.
Hey, there he is.
Go.
We're adding 2
Let's
hours.
go.
We're adding 2 hours right on the outro.
Let's go. Yo, he saw us doing the outro and he's like, yo, I can't have this shit
I
stop.
can't let him-
No.
I just came to sign out, yo. Thank you for thank you for pulling up to the TOF. Yeah, I mean, we greatly appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna carry it on too much longer, but hey, my apologies. Let's go, Nick. See what the fuck we do, and I'll see y'all niggas on the next show. Yo, my brother for holding it down. 2 shots for holding it down. Machete. Everybody, yo, salute to the chat. Salute to the live gang. Salute to the replay gang. We out here. Hey, get us to 500. The merch is coming. The merch is
50,000.
coming.
We get us to 50,000. We're going to 50,000 by the end of the year.
50,000. Yo, the merch will be out within the next 40 days if we could get to 500.
Keith Watkins said, "There he is." You know you Knicks. You know Sheik. he's gonna do something. He's gonna do something.
Hey, listen, my nigga, I've been with my grandbaby for like the last 3 weeks. I had to get out and scramble.
Hey, Keith. If anybody knows, Keith could definitely relate because Keith's with his grandbaby, so he definitely understands. Salute to the OG.
Keith got like 17 grandbabies, right?
11, I think. 11. If I'm wrong, Keith. Hey, listen.
But hey, I'm new to grandpahood, so
Listen.
hey. But let me not drag this on because I know you boys.
He's
Look,
trying
2
to.
shots
He's trying
ears.
to.
2 shots ears is hot red, and my brother's glasses is fogging up. So I know it's been a long fucking show. Hey, I greatly appreciate
Steam is
y'all.
coming out my ears.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate everybody for showing up.
Appreciate y'all. We out of here. You heard? We out.
New York City. New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back.
A minute remaining. Brunson at 3. Bang!